podcast ever. The realest podcast ever.
Finally got it.
Yeah, you definitely did. Why is this shit? Is your headphones loud?
It not like it's loud.
It's loud, right?
I was about to lie. I was about to be like, no, not like last week loud. No, it's loud as shit.
I think the master volume is up.
Yeah, so we can turn our volume down because the master is up.
Because my individual volume is like.
Yo, I can't hear shit.
Hello?
There we go.
All right. I said hello.
Hello. Hark, who goes there?
Shit.
We good now?
I'm good.
Levels good? All right,
I'm
cool.
good. You good?
One sweet day, we're going to come in here with the levels set. We going to be on point
On
for
money.
the intro. We going to have the levels right. They ain't going to actually have a camera rolling.
Yeah.
Shit like that. Oh, yeah, we got to apologize to the people because they probably don't. They was probably like, what the fuck is going on YouTube? Couple episodes ago on YouTube, the first 3/4 of the episode is the flyer.
Yeah.
It's us, but it's the flyer because the video file got corrupted. As you know, sometimes technology doesn't always work with you. We saved what we could of the video, which wasn't the golden part. We saved the silver part for the end, and but it's up there. And that was this year Halloween fell on the weekend. So apologies to the YouTube community for that. We're sorry. It is what it is. You know, technical difficulties. We are a independent grassroots media company trying to find our way. Shit like that's going to happen from time to time. We sorry.
Dan goes to sleep halfway through the episode, so it's like, if shit does go left, we can't even figure it out. Like,
I had to invest in some clean energy drinks for Big Dan.
Yeah.
Keep him awake for the 2-hour duration of the show. This is episode 127 of the realest podcast ever. I'm your Atkins Diet host, C. Diddy.
I am your fresh from the dentist office.
Fresh out the dentist.
Co-host Matt makes me sick.
Flu game Matt. We're going to see if he can effectively run off these screens and hit these threes today.
It don't hurt. It's just I'm numb.
Yeah.
Like the right side of my face is numb as shit. But the pain, there is no pain. That's why, like, when he was like, you know, because no like super decay got in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he was like, "Are you feeling any pain?" I'm like, "No, actually not." But he was just like, "Yeah, we gonna do it." You know what I'm saying? Save the tooth. You know what I'm saying? You're 100% covered. I'm like, I better be. Like,
Pay good money for this insurance.
That's a joint. Like, you ever see the Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've seen the clip. So I'm sitting in the waiting room. I come in. She tells me, like, okay, you're going to have a root canal. Boom, boom, boom. She goes to the thing. You have, there's no copay. You're 100% covered. I'm like, okay, cool. And so I go sit down, you know, whatever. Yeah. And then a white guy came out, and he was like, at the desk or whatever, and she was like, okay, your copay today is $278. I'm like, damn. Like,
couldn't help it.
I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, do you ever see when the chick got on the scale on 600 pound life and the brother damn. That's how I was. And she looked over at me and started giggling. She was like, yeah, not everybody's, you'd be surprised, like, dental coverage is a motherfucker for jobs, yo. Like, your job will cover some shit, but not this. It'll cover 30% of this, 50% of that, 80% of this.
Shit, some people got reimbursement plans, man. Pay for all of that shit and then give us the bill, and we'll decide how much we're going to give back.
6 to 12 business weeks.
We'll decide how much we're going to give your dumb ass back for signing up with this horrible insurance provider.
It's crazy, but I think about that all the time. Like, I remember when I popped my Achilles going to the orthopedist, and I came in and my copay for the visit was, I think it was $5 or something. And then I was sitting in the waiting room, somebody came in and it was like, yeah, your copay for the day is, I think it was like $125. And I was sitting there, I wish these motherfuckers would have told me $125. Like, what? Like,
the biggest problem with, like, insurance and the open enrollment shit is, like, when you work in a job, they just give you a packet and then tell you in 3 weeks, have your mind made up on what you want with no prior education or nothing on what you should do.
Here's what the crazy part was, except that there is none of that. This is what you got.
Oh, we got one plan.
It's one. You in or you out.
Damn.
But the plan is pretty good. That's the one, John, where it's like, we do have very good dental benefits. We have very good health benefits.
Yeah.
Like, you figure we just, like, in the last, that's what the strike was over. When did we strike? 15 going into 16?
Yeah.
We weren't paying any of our health, John. Now we pay 1%. So
I ain't paying the one.
I ain't paying the one. Yeah, I was
Union chief, like, listen.
Listen.
This whole, what's this I'm hearing about this 1% contribution?
One don't
shit?
seem like a lot. I mean, it's not in reality, but it's like you figure. I see it now because, like I told you, my checks would they be about, and it's like every check now would be about $16.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, sweet in the grand scheme of things.
Because
but
it's like you, on the contrary, like, all right, when I used to work at Enterprise, and then even same thing when I worked at ADP, you would get a packet for open enrollment.
that's
like,
what Leisha and with the government, they actually can pick this. Yeah. They can mix match, and
but they don't tell you shit.
We
and
don't
then
have that
even in the packet of information that they give you, you leave more confused after reading it than you did when you started. Because they're like, yeah, we got 70, 140, 280, this, and this copay and this deductible. And I'm like, what is the deductible?
You haul off and end up in some shit where you're not covered for a cold, but you covered for cancer and, a plane crash.
They're like, yeah, if you need an oncologist, nigga, we got you. But if you stub your toe, all bets is off. You had to go to urgent care. So it's like with the healthcare shit, it's so confusing because it's like your deductible is not the same as like your car insurance deductible, where it's like you have in medical terms, you have a copay and a deductible. Your deductible is how much we can contribute before you got to start kicking in more money to pay for your plan. In your case, you don't have to worry about that shit because SEPTA's a huge organization. They've vetted this out and negotiated tooth to nail with these healthcare companies and shit. Y'all probably got the absolute one of the better rates in the country, other than like with cities negotiating. You know what I'm saying? But it's like for somebody that's, an organization, even if you got a big company, it's like they trying they best not to bite as much of that healthcare bill as possible, and they just be like, man, we'll settle at 20%.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 20% contribution. And this should be, it'd be rough and it'd be very, very confusing at times when you're trying to figure out what to go with. I just tell people, hey, whatever the most expensive one is, get that because that's going to cover you. But I don't have no, just your luck. The year that you get the $4 plan is the year you're going to need the $44 plan. Right. Just get the higher insurance, man.
Best to just be covered. You know what I'm saying? The best you can be.
Or get a job at SEPTA. You don't have to worry about these type of things.
Shit, I got Unum and I got Aflac for accidental.
Yeah.
So it's like when that's why people be like, yo, why you never at work? And it be like, whispers, I make more when I'm out. Whispers.
I'm literally making more to do nothing and I don't have to spend money traveling back and forth to work. This is the life.
And Aflac is so sweet. I don't know if anybody's ever used it. Aflac will pay you up front, whatever your doctor say you're going to be out. Yeah. So, like, when I popped my Achilles, the doctor was like, he's looking at a 6 to 8 month recovery. Aflac was like, okay, we're just going to pay you for 6 months. Dang. But this check is cashable?
It's not post-dated. I can go cash this right now?
It starts with a 2 and it's 5 digits. Y'all sure? Y'all sure about this? Dog. Because my Aflac John is because I got the highest plan with me being top rate. It's like $3,400 a month that they pay you
to do nothing, and it's not tax, is it?
No.
Yeah.
They gave me 6 months in advance. I was like, yo, wildin'. But all right, cool.
Shopping for speedboats at that point.
Dog. And like I said, I got Unum, which is another one. That's CSI insurance. They pay you like $2,200 a month. Yeah. John. And then you get the sick pay from the company. So you go out sick. It's
racks on racks.
It's up. You know
it's a YC video at this point. It's racks on racks on racks.
But how was your week? How was
it was cool. I didn't really do much.
Productive?
This weekend I kept it real smooth. I didn't really do much. I was in the house by like 8 o'clock every night, which now 8 o'clock apparently is 4 a.m.
Yeah, 8 o'clock is like 3 in the morning.
Because it's dark as shit.
Yeah.
At 4:30, you like need a flashlight and a guard dog to go around the streets of Philadelphia. I don't know what this daylight savings time got in it. It's some different shit. It got some juices and berries in it, and I'm not understanding why it's so strong and so potent.
I definitely felt it the other day because I was like, yo, it's late as shit, and it was like 5:44, and I was like,
I'm ready to invest in some pajamas in a row.
It ain't even dinner time. I'm like, yo, it's late as shit.
Right, get tucked in. Yeah. My man was like, he's like, man, the other day I was tired as hell. It was 6:30. I went and took a shower and went to sleep.
That's really how that shit be, yo. Like,
One eventful thing I did do this weekend, being as though it was our last weekend out, I went to the strip club last night. It was my homie birthday. Shout out my Asian Vaughn. It was his birthday last night. I went to Bucks, and the strippers are terrible. Like they're not good looking women.
It's replacements.
Yeah, it's literally all replacement players. It's like the strike of '84.
I was about to say that shit is like Keanu Reeves and Faison Love and them out there. Like, yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, the top tier dancers are not out dancing. Like,
they're on
OnlyFans. Yeah, and it's like, I wasn't there long, and I gave up entirely too much money for not being there that long and not being attracted to nobody. So I was like, I gotta go home. So ended up home. I got there at 1:32. I was home in the bed by 1:57.
Sounds about right.
I got right out of that joint. I was not there for long. Bucks 360 used to be Onyx.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. That's something new all the time.
Yeah, under new management. Yeah, what originally, when it was the best iteration of it, even before Onyx, was when it was Rick's Cabaret.
Rick's Cabaret.
Because it was mixed, and they had like the specials and shit, because they was open every day. It wasn't like event driven. Like, you go in there and get like a steak dinner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've eaten it.
Yeah, you get a steak dinner, little white tablecloth. Yeah. Shit is lovely. You go there on Thursdays. It was like $100 bottles or some crazy shit like that. The craziest shit I ever experienced in the history of going out in Philadelphia back in the day. What was the name of that damn place? Damn, what was the name of the spot on 7th and Arch? Not
Pinnacle.
How
do I know that?
Yo, I went in Pinnacle on a Thursday, and they had dollar drinks, and they were really $1. Okay. I'm like, let me get a vodka and pineapple. They like, all right, $1. I'm like, no, really, how much does it go? $1 said, let me get 25. I'm in there just giving them out. Like, I couldn't believe that the shit was really $1. I'm literally just tapping people like, yo, you want a drink, bro? I'm just giving them away.
Yeah, $1 is crazy.
And it was like a little, the bar was in like a closet. Like, it was like a jump bar. Like, they just like, oh, this is normally a Coke closet. We're gonna put a bartender over here with 4 bottles. You got all bottom shelf liquor till midnight for $1. Shit was crazy.
Yeah, dollar drinks that's wild.
Looking back, I should not be nowhere where they serve dollar drinks.
Yeah, most likely.
It's usually like you this close to it going down at all times when niggas is getting loaded for $1.
I told you I went to Tamika's.
Oh, that was my spot.
I went there one time, and the one time I did go there, a melee ensued. Somebody pulled the AR. Remain nameless. Because he's successful in the city. He pulled the AR-15 out of the truck, and somebody took it from him. And I was like, "What is happening out here?" I ain't never seen something so ridiculous in my life.
Yo, what you got right there? Give me that, Joe.
Like, a brawl was going on and starting, whatever, conceptualizing however you want to use it. And he went to the truck and he came out with, and that, when you see that, everybody's like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah. And like, somebody on the opposing staff was like, man, give me that. Fuck is you doing? And I'm like, I was like, huh?
But you had the AR though.
Like, huh?
What happened?
But he's doing real good now. So
he's successful in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so, if last weekend was any indication of how things are going to be going forward for the rest of the weekends, which now there are no more weekends. It's over. Every day is back to being every day again. And we'll see how this goes. But, yeah, they shut the city down again, which we've been telling y'all for months. It's coming, baby.
Hey, look, man, we going into it this week, I was saying it, and I'm just like, they need to shut. Oh, let me tell you about this. Remember, I have a story.
I thought the dentist story was the story.
No, hell no. Because I'm talking about shit that went on this fucking week. So, remember Tuesday when it was just the foundation? You ever get into an argument over the dumbest shit possible?
Absolutely.
And it almost come to blows?
Yes.
And then you have to like reflect like, what is it about my energy and my being?
How did we get here?
That I even let myself get that? You know what I'm saying? So the other day, I'm on a 48, I get off the 48, come back to the depot every trip. I walk into my break room. Remember, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. Remember, it was raining.
Yes.
And the wind was whipping like a motherfucker. So the rain had stopped and the wind was whipping.
Yeah.
And it was like just dust. It was like just dust my car was filthy as shit. It was dust every fucking where. So I walk into my break room. It's an old head in my depot. Me and him just always seem to like
Oil and water.
just Mentos and Diet Coke, nigga. Like it don't matter what's going on. I like Nas, he likes Jay.
Yeah.
I like Biggie, he likes Pac. I like LeBron, he likes Jordan. I like titties, he likes. It's just whatever the fuck is the argument or the topic.
You're on opposite sides.
I don't know why. So I walk into my break room and I'm not speaking to anybody. You ever just make like a general statement?
Yeah.
Like this isn't directed at anyone. I'm not talking to anyone. Yeah. I'm more so just talking out loud so that I'm not crazy talking to myself. I say, yo, it's dusty as shit outside. And go to the refrigerator. He's at the car table. He's like, what you mean it's dusty as shit? And I'm like, it's fucking dusty. Like it's dust. It's
dust everywhere.
It's dust everywhere. And he was like, what kind of dust? And I'm like,
what? I didn't know there were categories.
So peeve. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking? What do you mean? What kind of dust, nigga? It's dust. It's dust. So he was like, yeah, but like, what kind of dust? Like, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What kind of dust? So my man Samilson, I look, I'm like, what dust do you speak of, sire? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, nigga, dust. I don't fucking know. Like, why are you asking me this? So he was like, I'm saying, like, you said it's dusty as shit. So I'm like, what kind of dust is flying around? And I'm like, nigga, dust. Like, the dust. There's one dust. Why are you acting like this?
There's one dust.
So he was like, I swear to God.
That's one dust.
I'm like, nigga, it's one dust. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So he was like,
what's the general concentration of the dust, nigga? Like, I'm trying to get to the bottom of the dust.
So he was like, yeah, okay, it's definitely not one dust, but okay. So I'm like, okay, since you a fucking dustologist, tell me the different kinds of dust. Since you know all the different dust, what the fuck kind of dust is? What's the different dust? So he was like, I'm saying, if you, he's like, no, he was like, so let me get something straight, Matt. You telling me the dust on my TV stand, the dust on top of the refrigerator, and the dust on the headboard of the bed is the same dust? I'm like, why the fuck is your house so fucking dusty? So he like, pussy, you never even been in my house. So I'm like, nigga, I don't want to go there. You just told me it's dust every fucking where.
You invited me in the house by telling me the different types of dust in the house.
So he was like, Matt, you a smart nigga. You normally know a lot of shit, but just say you don't know what the fuck kind of dust is going. That's all the fuck you had to say. I'm like, nigga, dust is dust. Like, what the fuck? Like, there is no, like, he's like, all I said was, what kind of dust? All you simply gotta say is, I don't know. I'm like, all right, it's Japanese killer dust. You feel better now? It's fucking Australian murder dust. I don't fucking know, nigga. It's dust. It's just dust outside. So he was like, Matt, if you go look under the hood of the car, the dust on your engine, that's not the same dust that's on a bookshelf. It's two completely different materials. I'm like, nigga, dust that's in your house might be fucking, skin cells because it's you in there.
Right.
Outside might be more fucking soil based or something like that. But dust is dust, nigga. Like when you go buy a duster, it's to dust. It's not for fucking gluten-free dust. Like it's one dust. Like what the fuck?
Fucking Shanghai assassin dust.
So my dispatcher come over last week and he like, yo, what's going on out there? I'm like, man, I'm about to dust this nigga off. Like, this nigga's driving me up the fucking wall right now about fucking dust. So he like, you get so mad because you don't know. That's all you had to say was, dog, I don't fucking know. I'm like, man, shut the fuck up. So the dispatcher come out, he like, yo, why are y'all out here going at it about dust? I can hear you on the back. I'm like, yo, all I said was, it's dusty. And this nigga started going the fuck off. Like, all of y'all drive me fucking crazy right now. My man Pimp comes into the conversation with his phone. He like, all right, I'm on Google. It says that. I'm like, you Google dust? I'm like, yo, I'm out. I'm done with y'all. I'm going the fuck out. I'm like, so my man Little is like, when people be like, yo, where the bus at? Why it's late? I be wanting to tell them like, man, they in there arguing. So I walk the fuck outside. I go to my car. I'm in the car. I'm sitting there for like a good 20 minutes because I'm steaming. I'm sweating in there. I'm mad as shit. So I'm like, all right, I get out the car. I come walking back in. as I'm coming up the steps, he coming down the steps. So he like, yo, man, why we had to get like that over that stupid ass shit? I'm like, dog, because you started going the fuck off. He like, no, but you started yelling. And he like, it's no reason for that. Like, we cool. We work together, baby. We fucking family. So I'm like, all right, it's cool. He like, yeah, man, let's end that shit. We good, right? Like, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I'm like, yo, I will spit on you, man. Get the fuck away from me. Dog, I was mad to the motherfucker, yo. I'm telling you. That nigga had me hot, man. We was going at it for like 20 minutes over dust, dog. I swear to God. The dumbest conversation I've been in this fucking year, man.
Oh my God.
We was screaming at each other in that motherfucker. What kind of dust? I'm like, man, dust is fucking dust. I don't know what you want me to say in this situation. Dog. I'm like, yo, dust is dust, man. I've never been involved in a conversation that fucking dumb. And it was like all different parts and moving little fucking angles to
So
it.
it says here, according to Google.
Pimp really pulled that shit up. And you know what it says on there? It says, dust that's inside of your home is 50% human skin cells. Dust that's outside is made up of debris, soil, shit from the earth. But dust is fucking it's one dust, nigga. It's just made up of different shit. But there's not different kinds of dust. You know what I'm saying? So that was my nonsense ass conversation of the fucking week. But yeah, where the fuck was we at?
Holy hell, man.
Nonsense. Well, we was the reason I brought that up is because we also when that ended, I came back in the break room and motherfuckers was like, "Yo, are they gonna shut the shit down?" Because everybody started worrying about what's gonna happen with the buses and shit. And I'm like, they're definitely gonna shut this. It's no way around it. Like we're literally doing. I think the other day it was like 187,000 cases.
Yeah, I saw a graphic that basically said we passed our spring peak.
Dog.
This is slide 2 here. 7-day average of reported cases by date of tests. We hit 650 the week of November 6th, which passed our spring peak of about 460. So you're talking about 190 more cases on average being reported. And look at that graphic.
Yeah, I seen that yesterday.
Shot the fuck up.
Dr. Sinjay, I think, said that there's not going to be a ICU bed available in America by February.
That's nuts.
Like, no ICU beds at all.
I saw something on Twitter last night that I want to read.
They just released the shutdown, the restrictions. Have you seen them?
No, I saw what was floating around Friday, but I don't know if that was
I'm reading the official
list.
joint. So
right,
I'm going to do that while you pull that up. So we got no indoor parties, group meals, watching sporting events as a group. No visiting between households, no indoor weddings, funerals, or baby showers. So y'all got to do your gender reveals outside. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a hootenanny. The outdoor gatherings are limited by size and no food or drink. Outdoor gatherings are restricted to 10% occupancy or 10 people per 1,000 square feet. So we getting our rulers and T-squares out.
Damn.
No food or beverages can be served to ensure that people will wear their mask at all times. So can't even drink, can't even eat.
Fuck.
Restaurant indoor dining must end. That's in bold letters.
We just got the 20% a month ago.
Right. Indoor restaurants must cease. While restaurants have worked hard to follow precautions, the risk for people indoors during the cold weather is just far too great. Retail stores can operate with limited occupancy. Reduced density inside retail stores must be enforced. No more than 5 persons for 1,000 square feet. So you're going to be shopping by yourself if you go out.
Damn.
All staff and customers must wear a mask. You are allowed to enforce a mask rule. So you're going to get hit in the head with the stick.
Damn.
We're going to do it like India. You're going to get beat. You come outside without a mask.
This is more severe than I thought. This wasn't what I saw Friday.
Museums, theaters, gyms must close, and youth sports my shit is sore.
Youth sports.
Youth sports must cease. That includes community school programs, gyms, museums, libraries. Religious institutions can operate with reduced occupancy. Celebration of services are allowed, but again, with 5 persons for every 1,000 square feet. So, you know.
Jeez.
Continue work from home whenever possible. Online schooling for colleges and high schools, all virtual through January 1st. And, yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
Yeah, I saw this tweet last night. A guy from Pakistan, he said, It's clear that a new COVID-19 strain in Pakistan, which has mutated like in every country to become less detectable, it's also deadlier. Our deaths per day have increased 4 times within 2 months. As a long winter comes in, it will be carnage. Your best friend is isolation. People disinfecting everything and wearing N95 masks are getting it. The infectiousness is off the charts. It is an insidious, highly contagious virus strain, and once it gets into any building, it takes everyone out. They will not shut down the economy again, so it is on you to be safe. So basically, for those of you that don't know, like, you know, with any type of like viral type of disease, it mutates, it changes form, it enhances. Like 2 years ago, like my mom works in healthcare, so she, you know, always keeps me up on like the flu and the trends and this and this every year. And she's like, yo, 2 years ago, there was a B strain of the flu, which is different from the A strain. So basically, like, you go get a flu shot, boom, it take care of you for the A strain, but the B strain is some other shit.
Yeah.
So the B strain was literally taking motherfuckers out. So when they say, oh, the flu killed more people than COVID, this and this, it's like, yeah, but what version of the flu? Like, not, it ain't
Right.
just the regular old common cold flu that's killing motherfuckers. It's these mutated strains of the flu that are more enhanced and more brutal that get on your lungs, your kidneys, this and this, and it's harder for you to shake, and it's harder for you to recover from them, and that's why people die from it. So that's what's going on with COVID. It's mutating because the temperatures are dropping everywhere. People basically didn't comply, at least not in America, nowhere.
Listen, I said it yesterday. My whole IG timeline has COVID. It's coming.
Dog, I was in the supermarket.
The pictures look nice, but we will remember
I was in the
you.
supermarket
Like,
last night for like a split second. I went in the supermarket on Ford Road, the fresh grocer, to go in there and just get something to drink. No less than 8 people, black people, of course, are walking around the supermarket, mask pulled down, mask underneath their nose, no mask on at all. And I'm just like, bruh, the city is literally shutting down in hours, and y'all just still don't fucking get it.
I'm gonna say this. It says a lot about us as people.
For sure.
Not black people, just humans,
Yeah, humans.
individuals.
Yeah, we're assholes.
It says a lot about us that y'all are physically watching people get it.
Yeah.
Like, I know multiple people from my timeline from around the city, a lot of successful people in the city have the shit, have had it. And I literally watch people get it, go and do fucking after school specials on their IG story about having the shit and how serious it is, and they're back partying. And it's just like,
back twerking at Steak 48.
if your lung almost collapsed 3 weeks ago, nothing in you was like, all right, let me cool out. Let me just not be around people in a multitude. Like my thing is this. You got to go outside the house. I get that. You got a life. You got to go to the store. You got to go do this. But my thing is, do you necessarily need to be in Magic City?
Absolutely.
Right now, you dig what I'm saying? Because Magic City going to be there. I know for a fact, I went to Magic City and first time I went there was like 07, 06, 07.
First time I went was 02.
So it's like, it's going to be there.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? These restaurants ain't going nowhere. These hookah spots might
be going somewhere.
They might be going. But it's like,
But Big Dan's still gonna be here.
Dan is here, and I might start selling hookah. Dan's a hookah boss. I'm hookah underboss.
Hookah affiliate. Hookah affiliated boss.
Hookah consigliere. Dog.
Hookah capo.
Yeah, real shit. Hookah fucking associate. It's like, dog. So it's like, my thing is, sitting down for 2 months and living.
Yeah.
And this is how I just know, and I ain't even trying to be funny or be on some slick fly street shit, nothing. I know y'all are snitching if y'all get in trouble. Y'all can't sit down for 2 months. Ain't no way you just sitting down for 9 years.
Oh, no.
Impossible. 2 months is like, motherfuckers the other day really freaked out, like, oh my God, we about to have another shutdown. I was like, bet.
We didn't really shut down the first time because it's like they gave us the first. If you remember the first time in March, they gave us a stay-at-home order. The first 4 days, it was a ghost town. You go outside, ain't nobody outside. The 5th day, niggas like,
yo,
ain't nobody knocking us outside the head for being out here.
And
niggas was back outside.
I said, what needs to happen is we need to do it like India. If you come outside, you getting hit with the stick.
And whacked.
We have patrolmen outside every block. If you come outside, you getting hit with the stick. or Italy. You come outside, you getting clapped.
Right.
Like, ain't no rap. But that's honestly what needs to happen. It's like, yeah, we need to completely shut it down for 60 days.
Yeah.
And don't get it fucked up. I'm not in no amazing financial situation. I understand you need to work and you need to do all this, that, and the third. My thing is this. Listen, FanDuel is up. You know what I'm saying? Get your 3-teamers in and go sit the
your parlays.
Seriously, do something. But people have literally just gotten to the point where they're just like completely they're not even trying.
Yeah, no, the trying is definitely out.
Trying is just going.
Think about all the people we know that went to Miami 17 times and went to Atlanta 14 times.
Because that's my whole thing. It's like
went to Houston 11 times.
When people say, oh man, how they just gonna shut us down? People gotta earn a living. And it'd be like, well, yeah, you're not earning a living standing on the couch in the club in LA. That's not
right.
this.
You weren't paid for an appearance.
Yeah, you are not Moneybag Yo, in fact. So it's like, no, it honestly, it's fucked up, and I know people don't want to hear it, but no, they need to shut it all down.
I've been calling for it for the last 4 months straight. Every time y'all get to acting up, I be like, shut this shit down again.
People are freaking out like, oh my God, my birthday is in December. They gonna shut it down. It'd be like, you can have a meal next year for your birthday. Like, why is this so bad to you? Like, stay in the fucking house.
Them 17 cupcakes you was about to pass around ain't going nowhere. You be all right.
You can still get them big dumbass balloons that say 3 and a 2 on it. You can get that shit, have it in your house. It's like, people really can't function without
people hate being at home.
I was about to say, yo, people. And again, I don't live in Drake's house or the Versace mansion and no crazy shit, but it's like, I can tolerate being in my house, man.
Yeah.
I got strong Wi-Fi. I got trail mix. I got a Bowflex weight joint now.
White cheese Cheetos.
Yo, real shit. You see the Cheetos? It's like, dog. It's like, I can tolerate being in the crib, especially when we talking about a month, 2 months, to the point where next summer you can go fly. You can go to basketball games. Yeah. Hopefully, you can go here. You can go. Yeah, let's just chalk the 2 months and just go ahead and sit the fuck down. Why is it that big of a deal?
But here's the thing: everybody acting surprised. Like literally, the fucking initial people that were working on the shit and all of that, trying to figure out the trends and everything, they told you fall winter is going to be.
I don't know how many times we've said it on the show.
We covered COVID for 9 shows in a row. Like it was our opening 40 minutes was COVID updates and. Nobody listens to us.
In the words of Rod, the winter is going to be terrible.
Yes.
It's going to get dark, literally. We've said it. We knew it.
Yeah.
I don't understand why the big fucking shock is.
I'm not surprised. You know, I'm happy about it. Shut this shit down. Maybe we can slow down some of these murders and get off this 500 murder pace that we on right now. And, you know, y'all just be safe, man. Get y'all essentials, the stuff that y'all need to survive so y'all can be happy in the crib, so y'all can chill the fuck out and not have to go crazy and be ready to break into the Hotel Monaco or whatever the fuck it is y'all do when y'all get bored.
Somebody just talked about the pictures up in the Poppy store. Did you see the boy, the NFL bro Lee John, about the pictures with the backgrounds? Remember the pictures people used to take with the stars? And he was like, I ain't forget about the magic picture, shorty. And he was like, you went to that cameraman and you had him do magic in the background of your photo. That man wasn't even a magician and you asked him to do magic just so you can walk around show everybody in your community. I was fucking rolling.
They got the picture, the pictures back circulating the Beanie Siegel.
Oh yeah, with the leg up.
The lasers in the background.
Said that man wasn't even a magician. You asked him to do magic. But yeah, no, we're definitely gonna be shut down for the rest of the year.
Yeah, they said at least
January 1st. My thing is this, like I said, people have family members, older family members, they got relatives, friends, you know, baby mamas, everybody that have gone through it.
Yeah.
People have had COVID. Our guest from last week had it. He confirmed. I talked to him. He's like, yeah. It's like, he's like, I knew that though. He was like, yo, I almost checked the night that y'all recorded.
Dang.
He was like, yeah, I was like fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
My one of my close friends just had it. She went to Vegas for a couple weeks. She went to Vegas for a week for a wedding. They out partying, shaking the tail feather, this and this. She come back, coughing, lightheaded, this and this. COVID test, got that shit.
Somebody the other day was like, when you land, when your flight lands in Miami, Atlanta, Phoenix or Vegas, and then it was like COVID, and it was Kawhi Leonard. What it do, baby? What it do, baby?
It's literally waiting on you at the port.
Like real talk. Like, so yeah, everybody try to be safe, man. Enjoy your lockdown. Get you some noodles.
Yo, the biggest, most frustrating part about the next lockdown is Netflix is shit right now. And apparently Hulu has a documentary on Danny on fucking Hulu. 6ix9ine.
Dan. Oh, I was about to say Danny.
Not Danny
Hernandez. That's what I thought you was talking about. Why do they have a documentary on 6ix9ine? What's it about?
Him being the biggest rat in the history of America, probably. I don't know. Yeah, so there's nothing.
HBO Max though seems to be doing really well.
They creeping on a come up. I was watching.
Only problem with it is you have to like have. It's not like an actual John on your cable box,
right?
So you got to have some type of Apple TV set up, or you know what I'm saying. Watch it on your laptop, your computer and shit.
Yeah, I was watching. Out for the fourth time. I started watching the Defiant Ones documentary last night. The one about Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine. If y'all haven't seen it, that's another good documentary. Check that out. It's on HBO On Demand and HBO Max app.
You know what I watched the other day? I don't know what the hell made me. I was on YouTube. You know, that's a rabbit hole. I watched Loaded Lux and Hollow versus Tay Rock and Chess.
Yeah.
And remember I was like Hollow and Loaded won.
Yeah.
They really won.
No, they really
when
won.
Them niggas is so good at rap that there were so like it's crazy, but like even when Loaded Lux battled what's the boy from St. Louis? Averb. He said, I can't wait for y'all to rewind this. Cause it's so much shit you really don't catch.
When Lux did the robot shit,
dog, I was just about
when
to
he
say
did the
that.
robot, I was like, yeah, he playing a lot of games with these guys.
He said we two leaders at high altitude. Soda pop different, but that's what being in the mountain do. And I nobody caught the shit. We two leaders at high altitude. Soda pop different. But that's what being in the mountain do. They was fucking that up.
Yeah, Lux is a
I don't know what the hell made me turn that on.
God.
Yeah, he's really phenomenal at rap.
Special, man.
He's really unbelievable. I watched that battle the other day again, and I was just like, what the fuck was that? That was a very good battle. Even the third round when he put the gray hoodie on, and he was like, I knew the Gun Bar King when he was still a Princeton. Like he was fucking that joint around. But yeah, no, HBO Max apparently has like all the goods.
Yeah, they putting a lot of I
want to see that Fresh Prince John.
Yeah,
he actually got the two Aunt Vivs together. That seemed pretty decent. Let's get into a little bit of nonsense, man.
We have to.
Why does Philadelphia hate Meek Mill so much now?
Well,
let's start with what did Meek do?
All right.
Because I didn't get the full gist of what he did, that the timeline was in a complete uproar.
So basically, he did one thing that led to 95 other things.
Okay.
So basically, what Meek did was he went on Twitter, which those of you out there that care about Meek, y'all close to him, y'all got access to his phone, reach right in his phone, like, yo, cuz, unlock this joint for me. Reach right in his phone and delete the Twitter app. Like, if y'all care about Meek, delete his Twitter app immediately because nothing good comes from him on Twitter. It's either like some incoherent shit or just him starting some nonsense. So in this case, his overall message wasn't wrong. His delivery was terrible.
Okay.
Basically what he said was, it's a bunch of youngins from Philly that's all talented, but they all beefing. If y'all could put the beef aside and focus on getting some money, I'll sign all of y'all, but y'all gotta stop doing what y'all doing. And basically, a bunch of people's ears went up because that's kind of like dog whistling, so to speak, to these young niggas because it's people that died on both sides. So where it's like, it ain't no meaningless beef. Like 8 people died over here, 12 died on this side, 14 died on this side. And it's like, it's all of this cross triangular beef that been going on for the last 5-6 years, starting with the young boy Sadi, that brings us forward to where we are today, where so much unforgivable shit has happened that some insurmountable amount of change would have to come about in order for them to stop doing what they doing. It's literally like the Chicago shit with the Tuga shit, where it's like it go back so far that new people are getting added to it every year that we don't even necessarily know the full history of why we hate these niggas.
Yo,
and why
listen,
we go
you just made me think about it. On one of my one of them days, every now and then I'll go on like an intergalactical quest for like nigga knowledge, and just will end up on the most random shit on YouTube or Google or whatever. But I watched a full documentary from, I don't know if you ever heard of the guy. His name is Monster Cody.
Yes.
He's a Rolling 60s Crip. And or maybe he's an 8-track. I think he's a 60. One or the other.
He was a 60.
He was a 60.
But his autobiography was like a huge book in the 90s and shit.
But basically him and a couple others, they basically did a whole breakdown of where the Rolling 60 and 8-tray beef started, began. And that's and mind you, these are both Crip sets. Yeah. And they had a huge beef that it's going on for like decades. You know what I'm saying? And basically it all started with dudes brought somebody to the set who wasn't a 60, and they got in a fight. Or maybe I'm saying it wrong, 60 or 8-tray, whatever. But they got in a fight, and he wound up shooting somebody from the other set, but he wasn't even with them.
Right.
And then that whole shit sparked, and it's been mayhem ever since. But the shit, that I think that's what Meek was more so getting to, where it's like, not that the dying of both sides is senseless, but it's probably something, for the most part, senseless that has started. Because even when you look at the 8-tray 6 shit, and you just like, what? Like, that's like you a gang, I'm a gang, and I bring Dan to a situation with you, and Dan pop you.
Exactly.
And then you like, I got beef with Matt and them gang because they killed Dan, and we just like,
they didn't kill him. It was just a nigga that,
and they was like, now they looking for this bull, and he's with the other side, and it's just like, like that weird ass situation sparked a 35-year beef.
Exactly. So basically, through Meek's tweet, it a bunch of people's ears went up. The youngins from Zoo Gang in particular, which is like Poundside Pop and all of them, they ears went up because Meek was claiming Zoo Gang at once upon a time because he from 18th and Burke. Okay. That's part of the zoo. So it's like you throwing posts up. They pulled the receipts on his ass. They pulled up a post from February. Zoo Gang, my whole hood turned da 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 da, and it was like popping them, whatever. So it's like. But then on Pop Instagram, you like, nigga, I ain't no fucking Zoo Gang, da da da. So it's just like, he is his own worst enemy because he sticks his nose in shit and offers opinions on shit that's below the surface shit that people that are following him don't necessarily know about. But soon as he tweeted, it becomes national news. So
I mean,
now,
he's a superstar.
Exactly. So now all the people that are involved are like, that ain't how that happened. How you going to... So now 1 million people got opinions about it because you lost a cousin, you lost a brother, you lost a sister. They did. So it's like so much shit that go on that him saying what he said brought up all of these old feelings. And then basically, he had a joint where he was like, he had a tweet from before. They pulled the receipts on him. It's so much going on in the city. Niggas gonna have to pick a side because being neutral gonna get you jammed up too. Da 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 da. So Poundside Pop posted that. So whose side you on, nigga?
Yeah.
I ain't on nobody's side. I'm just saying such and such and such. Well, ain't you from the zoo? You claiming 18th Street, 18th and Catherine. I'm just like, yo, this nigga Meek is crazy. Like he was going back and forth with them. With Pop for hours.
18th and Catherine.
It's South.
I was going to say it's not close to Burke.
So now North Philly has allegedly disowned him.
Okay.
And even like Lil Nizzy from Do For Self, who from 23rd and Tasker, he was saying his little shit in the midst of it that South Philly don't want him. So it's just like this whole thing to where it's just like.
Yeah, I saw some real nasty tweets about him today. I was just like, y'all are just mean.
Yeah, so it's gotten to a point where because he put that initial tweet out there and then his responses and back and forth with Poundside Pop and all them Zoo Gang young boys or whatever, it's created a situation where it's like it's tension. You know what I'm saying? And we spoke about it earlier in the year where I was basically saying he got a unspoken beef with some other niggas from up that way. And allegedly he wasn't coming around because of them niggas. You know what I'm saying? And they from the north side too, from another neighborhood. So it's like you going out, it's almost like you going out your way to get on people's nerves. Like, and it's like, I don't know if you don't realize it or you getting high again or whatever the case may be. But basically the gist of what you said was you offering these young niggas money to stop a beef, but when you had an opportunity to help Pound Side Pop and give him a deal, you offered him $20,000. So now so that's where the $20,000 shit comes from, because he tried to sign a bunch of niggas when he got his deal with Jay, and they did a press conference and this and this. I know for a fact, because I was talking about it on Twitter earlier, this is not me thinking. I know for a fact. I know people at Rock Nation. His initial budget was over $1 million the first year. So you offering a nigga 20 racks, but meanwhile he in the middle of a war, that doesn't help his circumstance. You got to put him in a financial position to change his life, to be away from the nonsense. If not, he gonna end up getting killed, just like all the other little niggas that be around. Little Snoop, you already experienced what it's like when you give a nigga 10,000 and send him back to his neighborhood. He get his ass smoked every time. 100% success rate on you. Was just on tour with Meek Mill, you leave tour, you go back home, somebody kill you because they think you got $1 million.
I remember when the whole Drake in my feelings shit exploded, and motherfuckers was like, Drake gave what was the boy name from the video?
Shiggy.
Nigger boy, Shiggy. I don't know why I was
300,000 or so, whatever
Drake
the number
gave
was.
me like 250,000 or something. And somebody on Twitter was like, yo, get him hurt, man. Like, stop with these rumors and goofy lies.
In his grandma's basement with the cats making videos, y'all gonna get Shiggy killed.
And it's just like, I can see what he was trying to say.
He had good intentions. Should have called them young boys, and you know what I'm saying. If you got real passionate feelings about it, about a specific situation.
That's another thing I'm starting to realize too, as I just get a little bit older. Social media is just not the place.
It's not the forum
for a lot of things.
If I got specific feelings about you, but I put a tweet out in a blanketed, general way,
I know you don't mean this.
I can't really mean it because I can call you.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
I can come to your house. Like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You can meet me somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, if your real intention is to get to the bottom of this and stop it, you don't put a general PSA out there when you can call.
I low key, and this might just be my disdain and hate for social media now. I feel like if you go to the timeline with anything, like you and your baby mom going through nonsense, you and your fucking ex going through nonsense, when somebody die and y'all on there crying and all of that shit, it just is like, to me, it's just not authentic.
It's
at this point, because it's like, why are you doing this? Because at the end of the day, we strangers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know you. You don't know, like, what is the purpose of this? I told you a chick straight hit me when I posted a John of me getting engaged. Like, I only had the part of me going on my knee, and she's like, "Damn, you're such a good speaker. I would have wanted you. I wanted to see you like talk." And I'm like, "Well, bitch, you should have been there.
That wasn't for you.
Why you wasn't there?" Oh, that's right, because bitch, you ain't
getting ass.
Like, what? But yeah, it's like, no, people have literally gotten to the point where it's like, I say it all the time. Why is your whole engagement shit? Why is your whole wedding? Like, there's no privacy. There's not. And then turn around and won't post a person they with.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, private life. And they like, no, ain't private. That's because that he's married to that lady.
Right.
That's why you ain't posting. Like, so to me, anything that go on there is just kind of a little disingenuous.
Yeah.
Because like you say, if you got a situation with them young niggas or with this guy or with that guy, or you want to get on a situation where you like, If Dr. Dre tomorrow decides, yo, I heard this podcast, I really like them, I want to get them on the Beats One radio, he better not at me and you on Twitter like, yo, I want to put you on the radio, pull up. Like, man, send me an email or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But motherfuckers will do that shit. And it just be like, no, some things just don't need to be on the timeline.
And then conversely, Meek literally said, "Man, y'all young boys y'all all got my number." On the Instagram post. So it's like, yeah. So if they all got your number and you have theirs, why the Twitter shit? You know what I'm saying? So now he's in a spot where they've canceled Meek and cussed Meek out before on Twitter for various shit that he's done or said or whatever. So he gonna come back from it. Meek, all he gotta do is give niggas some coats and some turkeys.
Right.
They gonna be right back. The problem is just like, yo, why do you just constantly keep falling into like these traps?
I feel like though in Meek's defense, it's like ever since the Twitter finger shit from the diss, it's like a magnifying glass on any, because remember he wasn't on Twitter for like 6 months.
Yeah.
So now it's like anything he does tweet,
Badge on.
Anything.
Yeah, it's a
he
badge
could literally
on.
say good morning to the beautiful ladies out there. His motherfuckers, what the fuck is he talking about today? Like, it's just what it is.
What the fuck is he talking
The fuck type shit is he on it? So yeah, it's one of them things where it's like once they kind of switch, they kind of, in the words of Drake, however long they love you is never going to be your decision. You know what I mean? And I feel like it becomes more and more evident when it comes to like people like me. Because to me, I even said it to y'all, I'm like, when the fuck did everybody just flip on me? Like, when did
Last night?
No, it's been like that for a little minute where it's like anything he says or does, people are just up in arms about the shit.
I think the biggest issue,
and it's bizarre to me because y'all were literally running down the street with your babies when he got out of jail.
100%. I think it's a situation where it's like this undercurrent of like frustration with him because number one, you've been rapping professionally for 10 years now. You've been signed to Rick Ross for going on a decade. You made a shitload of money. You done drove every car. You was with fucking Rihanna. You was with Nicki Minaj, this, and this. But he has this fixation with like street life and street culture. And everybody's position is, when did you have time to do all this gangster shit? You was a signed rapper at 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people are like frustrated with him to a certain extent to where it's like he keeps speaking on shit that he not a part of. And it's shit that he shouldn't even really care about. If you care about overall helping these young niggas, cool. But the minutia of who doing what and who killing who and you shouldn't even be in that. You should be so far removed from that. And your talk when you hop on Twitter shouldn't be, because when I was doing so-and-so, and people just like, man, shut up. It's kind of like that sort of thing because people know you. People know your history. People have recollection
to me,
of...
it is a little, like, worrying. Just, I say it all the time when it comes to Philadelphia artists. Like, Philadelphia artists always have to go elsewhere.
For sure.
Right? Realistically, this podcast, we're just eventually might have to get out of the Philadelphia market.
I was just talking to somebody about that last night, talking about my man Black Poppy and about the fact that, he don't even live in Philly no more. He moved. And just talking about the fact of like his success in life is to his detriment being a rapper from Philadelphia. Because every other rapper from Philly that popped, what do they all have in common? We saw them down and then we witnessed them come up. He's coming in the game from a position of a nigga that's already driving a Lambo truck, already driving a GT63S, gotta fucking live in New York, live in Atlanta, this, and this, to where it's like, he don't need our support. He already up. Whereas they could champion a Core or a P&B Rock or a Meek because they remember
Beans
when they was the little dirty so that registers with them. A nigga that's a multi-millionaire before he get a deal or before he go and stand next to XYZ rapper, that they can't relate to that shit. So it's like his success is to his detriment. So yeah, I agree with you. So and it goes for all different walks of life. There's not even a glass ceiling here. There's a cement ceiling where it's like you can't get past but so much of a certain level because there's no industry here. We have to create our own industry.
Right.
We were the first urban pod in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
January 18th, 2017. Prior to people like, what the fuck is a podcast?
I had a conversation with somebody the other day, was like, yo, man, y'all to me like the best podcast out. Like it's y'all and then it's Wallow and Gilly and them. And it's just like, you figure when they dropped and then y'all dropped, I was like, we was out way before them. Yeah. And that's not me talking shit or being fly, but I'm just like, Wallow and Gilly are stars in their own right. That's why they have more of a, you know what I mean? Gilly's a fucking legend as far as rap. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's different. Like T.I.'s podcast, of course, is going to be huge because his thesaurus is world known. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's like, yeah. But I'm like, no, realistically, we started in damn near 16. In our first show, we started putting that shit together in like November of 16. Our first show was January 17. I'm like, I think $1 million worth of game dropped in like 18. And he was like, damn, yo, you right. I'm like, nigga, I was there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
60, 70 episodes in already.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, there isn't really a market for a lot of things. It's like, remember Kev used to talk about that shit all the time, but like wanting to open up a club. And it's just like,
for what?
For what?
Yeah. For what?
You'd be better off going to get sweaters.
Even specific to Gil and Wallow situation, they had to go to Barstool to Boston to be able to amplify their brand and do a partnership because there is no Barstool here. There is no loudspeaker. Loudspeaker don't even really exist no more.
Yeah, I was about to say.
There's no Black Effect here. It's in New York. It's 2 hours away.
Yeah.
It's right there in DC, whatever the fuck is, you know what I'm saying? Like there's my man Bubonic from Philly's Most Wanted told me some of the realest shit ever. In 2012, I was in LA with him, and we was going around this and this. He was like, dog, he's like, it's dope shit going on everywhere in the world, but it ain't going on in Philly. It's nothing going on there. It's a blue collar city. It is what the fuck it is. It is now what it was. And we, once upon a time, whether people know it or not, we were so successful entertainment wise. We had the shit here in our backyard. Columbia Records put Rough Nation in Philadelphia. They had Major Figures. They had No Question. They had another group. They was fucking taking scripts from niggas and like all types of shit. They were here. Philly International was still going at the time. They was here. It was other company, Atlantic Records. They was the fucking A&Rs was practically living here because once Beanie Siegel worked, we need 10 artists from Philly. So they was just around. That shit is over.
And you look at the whole state property, John, and you like it. When we was children, it seemed like, damn, Beans really put everybody in Philly on. But then you realize, like, Jay just liked everybody and needed new flows and was like,
and
nah.
then he said, "Oh, I'm gonna put y'all together,
Collective."
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, they don't know Beans.
Yeah,
okay.
because now together y'all can capture the entire marketplace as opposed to Chris and Neve. Y'all got North in Parkside. Owen Sparks, y'all got West in Huntington. PD Crack in Ice City and Freeway, y'all got North, and Beans kind of encompasses everything because he was the first one, but the rest of y'all can't really do that. So I put y'all together, I encapsulate at least that whole market. I could get 300K out of there. I'm New York, so between me and Dane, we gonna push y'all another 200K out of New York,
right,
and then let the rest fall where it may. And
right,
that's what the fuck they did.
Yeah.
And they made the absolute most out of it. Niggas got 2 movies, 2 albums, and then Chris and Eve got, 2 albums out of this shit? 2 or 3. Freeway got 2-3 albums out of this shit. PD Crack is a whole nother story.
Clothing lines, everything.
Yeah, clothing lines, all type of shit. Like, they had cartoons, and the Beans wasn't shooting niggas at the Pony Trail. They had cartoon in the works.
Yeah.
National tours, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? They did the most they can do as gold artists.
Yeah.
They maximized the shit out of it.
Yeah.
But that's because of Jay-Z.
Yeah, Jay and Dame.
If they would have all signed the fucking Rough Nation Columbia, it wouldn't have gone.
No, definitely not at all.
Because they needed an advocate. They
Right,
needed a big homie to say, no, this is my group. This is my situation. Fuck with it.
And it definitely helped that Beans was out rapping Jay on everything.
Literally
But
everything.
that's a story for another day.
That's an episode.
Yeah, that's a story for another day. But I It sucks because it's like, damn, like even when you look at situations where like other artists get on and they become who they become and they put on their childhood friends and they like Dro really grew up with T.I.
Yes.
Like that's really his folks.
Yeah.
And Dro, he's an awkward rapper. I like him as a rapper.
Yeah.
It's an awkward flow and an awkward delivery. But T.I. put him in the right position and Dro got classics out of that fucking shit.
It goes to speak to the point that we always make on here. The difference between a good artist and a great artist is being produced. And being produced doesn't mean the producer that you're working with or the beats that you're rapping on. It's somebody putting you in a spot to win and to be successful and understanding that you sound terrible on this shit. You need to stick in this pocket. Right. This works for you. Don't leave this BPM range, blah, 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 in terms of being executive produced. Not just the music you rapping to, but the overall package of what you're doing and how we deliver it to people.
Like when you look at the top 10 best-selling rap albums of all time and see that Dr. Dre has executively produced 6 of them, that's not a mistake. That's not by accident.
Yeah, the man might know a thing or two about producing an album.
The man's executively produced 3 Diamond albums. Rap Jones.
Shit crazy.
Like, you know, it's only 9 Diamond rap albums.
Yeah, he got 3.
He done exactly produced 3 of them joints.
And a couple other Jones got
They got
close.
7 or 8. Like, that shit says a lot, yo.
Yeah.
Says a lot. It's not a fluke that Eminem went diamond and then 50 went diamond, all while Pocket went diamond 5-6 years before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not a mistake. So it's like, yeah, no, that shit matters a lot. But yeah, I want to stay on the rapper shit for a little minute.
Hold on, before we continue, we got sponsors.
Oh shit.
This episode of the Rhodes Podcast Ever is sponsored by Wondery. Hold on, let me get my copy points right.
Let me get it together now.
Let me get it together now. Let me get it back. Hold on. Let me get it together.
Stop my time, please.
Please. Y'all gonna let us on camera.
I'm gonna work him.
You gonna get this work.
Go get this work.
Go get this work.
That's really how Lux be, man. Stop my time, please.
Please. They had a suit on. And a casket in the background.
Yo.
Calico was hot. He was upset. We got sponsors. Today's episode of Rhodes Podcast Ever is sponsored by Wondery, which presents Jacked, the Rise of the New Jack. The New Jack Swing sound, you know the songs, Bobby Brown's My Prerogative, Bell Biv DeVoe's Poison, Blackstreet's No Diggity. It wasn't just hit songs. It became a movement that took over the music, the culture, and the style of black culture. Wondery and Universal Music Group present Jacked, Rise of the New Jack Sound, hosted by Taraji P. Henson. Jacked follows the story of a group of young musicians who use their unique style and undeniable talents to create a new kind of music, which is New Jack Swing. We go behind the scenes and into the recording studio with the movement's most influential artists as they create music unlike anything that they had ever been heard before, and it forever changed American culture. You are about to hear a preview of Jack, the Rise of the New Jack Sound. While you're listening, be sure to subscribe to Jack on Apple Podcasts. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app to listen to the entire series ad-free.
Have you ever had a dream? Something you wanted so bad you just couldn't let it go? For Timmy Gatling, his dream was music.
And we were hip hop and R&B. We were unique because we dressed fly. We knew all the hip hop stuff. You like, wow, these little kids are dangerous.
And in 1989, the group he founded had made it. They're getting ready to go on stage in front of 41,000 people at the Los Angeles Coliseum. In the crowd are fly girls wearing Donna Karan jumpsuits, guys wearing leather troop bomber jackets, and Obsession cologne is all in the air. This is the biggest black music tour of the day.
I was there. It was in LA. It was the Budweiser Superfest.
The Budweiser Superfest. You know, I remember what a big deal the Superfest was back in the day, honey. It was the kind of show we would get our hair did, our nails did, our everything did. In the summer of '89, rappers Kool Moe Dee and MC Hammer are on the bill. Patti LaBelle and Timmy Gatling's group, Guy. Trim, flat top haircut, well-dressed. Timmy moves through the crowd of VIPs and people recognize him. Hey, what's up? What's up, man? But here's the thing. Timmy isn't playing with his group that day.
And so people asking you, why you not on stage? What's up? You not performing? Yo, Timmy, you not performing?
Because what they don't know is that Timmy is no longer in the group. What?
The fans didn't know. It was like a conundrum. People was like, okay, wait a minute. It was confusing. And that was worse than anything.
Instead, Timmy watches his former bandmates as they go on stage without him. And now, he's watching as the crowd at the LA Coliseum go off. Guy's dreams have come true, but not Timmy's.
There's no other, how can I put it? It was totally bittersweet. Hearing your songs, it takes you back to how y'all wrote the songs, where you were at in the hood, in Teddy's living room, and now they up on stage and you're not a part of it.
Well, what happened to Timmy's dream? I mean, how did this group of kids from Harlem rise to the top of the music industry only to come apart? The story of Guy and New Jack Swing is a story of friendship, double crosses, gangsters, two-timing, and the invention of a new sound that changed pop music forever. And if you listen close, you can hear it all in the mix.
So y'all just heard the clip of Jack, the Rise of the New Jack. Make sure y'all go to Wondery Plus and the Wondery app to listen to the entire series ad-free. Again, that's hosted by Taraji P. Henson and produced by Wondery, which produces Dr. Death, Dirty John, The Shrink Next Door, and Universal Music Group that are bringing you this series. The story begins with a keyboard player in the heart of Harlem, which we all know is the legend Teddy Riley. Teddy's entire world was music. He played it, he composed it, he produced it. Teddy and his friend Timmy Gatling followed their dreams and started a revolution in the world of hip-hop and R&B that we still hear today. They crafted hit after hit, and they were literally on top of the world. Their group's quick rise to fame came with betrayals, broken friendships, and tensions within their band that began to flare, and rivalries with other artists that even turned violent. Damn, that's crazy. As stakes grew higher, their troubled manager pushed the group past their breaking point with deadly results. Listen today at wondery.fm/jacked_realist, REALEST. That's our sponsor, Jacked, Rise of the New Jack.
Yeah, realists be kicking their ass sometimes, man.
Realist or real est?
Est. I've seen that E and that I out of place so many times, it's not even funny.
And it's going to stay that way. And it's going to stay that way.
This girl one day did a whole synopsis of how she was the realest bitch on the timeline, and
it was realist the whole time.
The whole time. It was, the E's was where they wasn't supposed to be, and I'm just like, yo, realist and realest got her needing a knockout in the 12th. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been beating her ass, this whole post. Like, it's crazy as fuck.
Keeping it hip hop.
Why are rappers getting shot left and right? Have you figured this out yet?
Particularly in Texas.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going? If any of our Texas correspondents, I just looked at our analytics the other day. We are heavy in Texas. If any of our Houston or Dallas delegation can tell me what the fuck,
somebody
is going
from
on.
Amarillo or fucking Laredo,
right. Somebody from
San Antonio,
somebody from right by the border,
fucking Lubbock, Texas, somebody down there.
Please hit us up. The realest podcast ever at gmail.com and tell me what is the climate in Texas right now and why is it so up down there right now? Shit is going haywire.
Getting shot as a rapper, rest in peace King Von, in a party outside of the club is like, I guess that's just like cliche.
It's like par for the course.
Like that, yeah, exact bingo. You know what I'm saying? No bogeys, no birdies, just par.
Par for the course.
Getting shot as a rapper coming out of the casino, you know, coming out of Mike Tyson fight. Okay, we've seen it before, yeah. whatever. Biggie leaving the fucking party from the automotive museum. Okay. Getting shot at Walmart as a rapper is just bizarre.
On like a Saturday afternoon.
It's because I assume
pick up some draws for the tour.
I assume Walmart had to have people in it.
I would also assume it would have security in it.
I also assume they have cameras rolling in the parking lot.
Yes.
So just the whole overall, what did you as the stealer think you were going to steal? And then you as the rapper, what did you think going through the situation where it's like, God damn, I'm just coming to get, you know, some tube socks because my other Jones,
Yeah. I think that there's this dark energy around hip hop right now that is just causing people to be overly aggressive in nature. And I think that some of these interactions, not all, because Mo 3, rest in peace, Mo 3, that was a hit. Mm-hmm. Like everything that you hear about that, like I left this girl house.
Crazy part is, shout out Jared, he listens to the podcast. We were talking about Mo 3 the night before because he was talking about Sean Kai. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, Sean Kai be around them Texas dudes heavy, and I'm like, well, you be down there, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, like he's like Sean Cotton. The way I found out about like Mo 3 and what's the one with the puff?
Oh, Yellow Beezy.
He's like, that's how I found out about him.
Yeah,
The next day, Mo 3 got shot.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's like Mo 3 situation. Everything we know about it is assassination. I'm leaving this girl crib. I get in my car. My air low in my tire. I notice a car across the street. I pull into the gas station. They pull into the gas station. I put air in my tire. I drive away, they drive away. I try to get on the freeway, my fucking tire blow out again. I pull over, they pull over. I peep them up the pistol. I go to take off. They run me down and gun me down on the damn highway at 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Did you see his homie was on live coming up the highway? And he was like, man, what the fuck is going on? They got the shit.
No, that
off.
wasn't his homie.
Oh, that was his op. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to the ops and the homies.
Yeah, that was his op.
The way they said it was like that was his folks, though. Oh, okay.
No, and
I don't know who
months prior, Trap Boy Freddy got shot up, and Mo3 made a video that he posted to his IG talking about it like, damn, I know my pussy ass op ain't get shot up, lying, telling people he was in a car wreck. So he trying to make it seem like he untouchable in the city. I know niggas shot you up and blah, 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 and I ain't do it, but niggas did it and this, and you a bitch and this and that. And I'm just like, dark energy, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you see that, it's like, fuck. So it's like, I think that there's this dark energy around hip hop to where it's like some of these interactions start off as positive and then go left fast. But like you see the video of the dude approaching 50 Cent at the hookah lounge when he was with his girl, and he like, man, I'm trying to give you my tape, man. And he like, dog, it's 2019. What do you mean? Give me a CD, nigga. You see a CD player around this motherfucker? And nigga like, nah, man, but you ain't gotta talk to me like that. And they about to rumble over dude trying to give him his CD, but I've seen that in person. You be on the Deuce, you be on Germantown area, motherfucker trying to force you to support the movement.
I had a bitch get on the bus one day and was like, yo, I put an admin with something, they never call me back. Like, why? What I gotta do? Da-da-da. I'm like, call the HR, you know what I'm saying? She's like, yeah, because like, what the fuck? People, try. I'm like, I feel you. And then like, I missed her stop at Germantown Ave and she called me a nut ass bus driver. And I'm like, bitch.
We was just cool.
You was trying to get on.
Trying to get on the team.
Yeah, like, that's really how it could go, though. It's fucked up.
So it's like these interactions start off as positive, but what I've learned is that motherfuckers, and me and Sachi talk about this all the time, literally every day. Motherfuckers don't know how to communicate, yo.
Yeah, no.
Motherfuckers don't know how to talk to people, and they don't know how to express themselves in a manner that's not like you trying to put the press on a motherfucker to try to get what you trying to get accomplished. You know what I'm saying? And the Benny situation, I don't know no details around, but it could have easily been, damn, Benny, what's up? Da da da. I'm trying to do what? Oh no, bro, no, it's good, it's cool. I ain't really on that right now. I'm trying to get such and such. What, nigga? You pussy? You know what I'm saying? It can go that left that fast because niggas is just so desperate to be a part of this rap game, which is bullshit and full of facades and dangerous. Because niggas like, you got niggas like y'all approaching them all day, like that they willing to kill you for it.
You an Eminem guy like myself.
Yeah,
somewhat.
I like him.
You remember Eminem's show, the song Soldier?
Yeah.
If anybody gets to, you listen, and he talks about, me and Rob was talking about it, he talks about it on Soldier, where it's like you put this energy out as a gangster rapper. That energy is just gonna follow you. It's like that fucking when the drag car, the parachute comes the fuck out. It's like it's gonna follow you wherever. And like Eminem said it on there, it's like people hear you in your raps and they want to know, is it true? So when they see you out, like, yo, what would you do? You know what I'm saying? And you like, it's part of your obligation to fulfill. Like, are you real? Like, and it's the truth. It's like you rap about certain things.
There's some dirty nigga in every city that want to see if you about everything you rapping about.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he's willing to go to jail to prove to you that you ain't about what you said.
And it's wild how rap has changed so much to where it's like, that's like, and we victims of it too. That's a plus. Is he living his raps? Think about that. Motherfuckers is straight be like, yeah, this boy got a nice flow, good sound, nice delivery. He live his raps. Yeah. Like,
wasn't nobody asking Bruce Springsteen, was he really on I-78? Was he really down Cape May?
Yeah, real talk.
Nobody's asking Bruce Springsteen this shit.
Nobody. It's crazy.
We have a warped, twisted sense of everything when it comes to like rap music and rap culture. And it's not even about what it started off being about. Rapping was about what? The 5 elements. Rapping, b-boying, DJing, graffiti
and
breakdancing.
Damn, yeah.
It ain't about none of that shit no more.
Old head in the barbershop be like, these young boys, I hate these niggas. All they want to talk about is shoot shit up. It's like, goddamn, where the breakdancing at? Little niggas ain't got no linoleum. He said,
nigga, get your cardboard out. Let me see what's going on. Niggas ain't got no
linoleum.
Show me your moves, young nigga.
Linoleum. But no, it's the truth.
Man, niggas was dead ass having beef. They'd meet up and have a battle. Have a break off.
Have a straight battle.
Snake, nigga. Serve the shit out this nigga. Like, I seen that nigga Miguel. Yeah. Serve that nigga.
Yo, Miguel.
serve that nigga. Because the Puerto Ricans was the main people.
I went to high school with a nigga Miguel. Middle school. The funny part, he would be dancing.
Every nigga named Miguel can dance.
Miguel's is definitely dancing. Fucking Miguel.
They hear Planet Rock.
Yo.
Can't control themselves.
Yo, Miguel used to be out there fucking it up with a fucking button up on, with a fucking ninja man on it.
Nigga doing it, dancing with a button, the ninja button up on his sick.
The boy got a video about that shit. He's like, I ain't forget about the karate man on your shirt. He said, you ain't getting no sleep. You was up all night getting them Pokemon cards together just so you can come to school and run through the hallways with your arms behind you. Dog, that shit real. Shout out Miguel. Who knows where he at right now?
Oh man!
I hope he alive.
So I say that to say, rap is so far removed away from what hip hop was about, because this shit ain't hip hop no more.
No.
It's some other shit, and it's so far removed from what it was originally.
Rap
was about.
has gotten to the point where niggas is committing crimes and then rapping it in the raps.
Yes, with timestamps.
Like, niggas a dead ass get on the rap and be like, I shot the nigga Kevin with a Mac 11, and then you see the
457.
Then it was 457.
We was
I said,
outside the
"That's heaven."
7-Eleven. We was outside the 7-Eleven.
Then you turn the news on and it's like, today in the Long Island section of New York, Kevin Taylor was shot 32 times.
With apparently with a Mac 11.
Authorities recovered 32 shell casings from a Mac 11.
Out front of the 7-Eleven, Buffalo. how they know it was me? Who
Niggas is ratting.
Niggas ratting. How they know it was me? Who snitching from this motherfucker?
Oh, niggas get raped on the song.
Niggas think putting that little disclaimer in the video, this is for entertainment purposes only, is going to save their ass. No, it's not. This is an open and shut case.
I remember when what's the Drake joint that just came out with Future?
Life is good.
Is that the joint where he say Virgil got the patent on front? Yeah, because he say I haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up. Somebody had a tweet was like, Drake, I haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up. And IRS, it was Westbrook like, it's very interesting. Like, yo, niggas dead ass do get on rap songs and say the most outlandish shit. And it'd be like, wait, huh? Like, Schmurda got all of them jammed up.
50 niggas from one song.
From one record.
His first song
Yo.
brought the whole crew down. Only niggas they didn't lock up was the baby Schmurdas.
Yo.
Everybody went to jail.
What was the line everybody loved from that song?
It was so many.
What was the standout line that everybody used to go crazy for?
Bitch,
Who caught the body? Mitch.
Mitch caught a week ago.
I know somebody caught a body a week ago. A week ago. You know who got locked up? Mitchell, whatever the fuck his last name was.
And all the rest of them too.
We're trying to solve this murder from what's actually 2 weeks ago now, but
when it first went on World Star, apparently it was a week ago.
Like, yo, it's crazy, but that's really how rap is now. It's nuts, but it's become too real. Like, y'all living too much of the raps.
Yeah.
Like, and I said it to myself. We had a conversation about it the other day. Is being a rapper a smart career choice?
Hell no, fuck no.
At this, this is me. This is just me. Being a rapper seems like such a tough go about everything. You can't go nowhere by yourself.
Nope.
You can barely date women, because if you do, it's on the cover, or on Shade Room, or on Baller. Anything you fucking do is just open for fucking speculation and to be scrutinized. You got to drink lean. You got to take pills. You got to wear 55 chains. That shit just seems like it hurts.
Yeah.
It just seems like an awful lifestyle just to have some money and be able to fuck Bernice Burgos. It just seems like not decent.
Yeah, you could not do that. You could not be a rapper, still have some money, and fuck the Bernice of the hood, and I promise you probably be just as happy.
It's like, it just doesn't seem appealing.
The thing about the job that's so scary to me is that you're at a constant disadvantage.
All the time.
Because you're playing it's the equivalent of if we were an NBA team and we had to play 82 road games.
Right.
That's the type of disadvantage you are as a rapper, where you have to constantly go into into some other niggas city, into some other niggas venue, into some other niggas nightclubs, driving around on some other niggas streets. You don't know this, that, and third. Your fucking driver make a wrong turn. You want a dead end. Niggas box you in.
And then the craziest part is when you do get off of the road for your 82 away games and you come home, your home arena annoyed with you. Like,
straight up.
Cause you ain't been there, you ain't sent nothing back, you ain't do this, you ain't real no more.
Now you can't come to the hood, you banned and all type. Now you got to play hood politics and it's just so much nonsense. And you just got to constantly be on the defense. Damn, what's that card? What's so? That nigga look fishy. Check that nigga. Boo boo. Seal this entrance. Go around the back way. Come this way. No, put him in the other car. Like you got like niggas are like King Von was riding around in a bulletproof truck in Atlanta. T.I. just told us a week ago Atlanta was Wakanda. Well, why is fucking King Von riding around in a bulletproof truck? Coon, that is one of the execs from Dream Chasers, a good friend of mine. Why is Meek riding around in a bulletproof truck? Almost everywhere he go. Mm-hmm. It's dangerous as fuck to be a rapper. That's why. Yeah. You don't know what's going to happen.
You can't go to Walmart.
You can't differentiate who's pump faking from who's really with the shit. So you got to treat everybody in every scenario like they with the shit. You got to go DEFCON 5 on every situation. Because when you don't, you get smoked.
The craziest part about it is all these rappers is getting killed. It don't even happen at their away games.
Yeah.
Mo3 got killed in Dallas.
Yeah.
Nipsey got killed in his parking lot.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? So it's just...
Lil Snoop got killed in his apartment.
It's like... It's fucked up. It ain't no Biggies getting killed in LA's and shit like that. It's like motherfuckers is straight.
Well, Pop Smoke situation was like that, but that was like a freak situation.
Yeah.
Because you want to know something that's crazy? I just watched Young Berg Hitmaker Drink Champs this weekend.
I heard his Drink Champs was ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I
knew it was gonna be ridiculous because it's Young Berg.
30 minutes in, I was like, I see why he didn't want this to come out. Like, I immediately, it was 2.5 hours, 30 minutes in, I'm like, oh, this is why, like, you took it too far again. Like, but he said, he had a situation last year where some niggas tried breaking his house, whatever, and in the aftermath of it, this girl was saying that he assaulted her and this, and this. But in reality, the girl was sharing her location with the robbers, and they came and tried to break in the house. Those were the same young niggas that killed Pop Smoke. Berg could have been dead right now. The same exact crew, that ones that took out Pop Smoke, was the ones that came to rob his crib.
So what happened when they came to rob his? I remember this story vaguely.
The girl came to the crib or whatever. He set the alarm in the house. They jumped the fence. Like, you see the surveillance.
I remember the video. I vaguely can remember.
They trying to break into John. The alarm go off. They run off. They fiddling with the door. Then the alarm go off. They run off. But the girl inside don't know that they running off. So she is inside attacking this nigga so that he can be off guard and can't get to whatever gun or whatever the fuck he got in the crib to stop them from coming in there. So it's like literally like a situation where I guess she got a text or whatever from them. Yo, we bought the so. She steals off on Berg. Then she hit him with something else to try to knock him out so that they could come in and rob the crib.
Can't even meet no young ladies.
You can't.
Like, being rappers.
And keep in mind, these young niggas, they was all kids. The oldest one of them was like 20 that was doing these home invasions. So who knows how many other celebrities they got and however many months of them doing this.
Meanwhile, motherfuckers is out here getting tech money, driving beautiful, wonderful cars, living in mansions, just having the time of their lives.
Like, why would you want to be a rapper?
Why would you want to be a rapper? In a weird way, yo, and I understand the art, and I get that. If poetry or, music making, beat making, if that's your passion, I get that side of it. But just the logistics of being one, you gotta make it, which is hard as fuck.
Yo, who was I just listening to that was explaining that? They was saying, I think it was Money Man. He was saying Money Man got the best IG lives, bar none.
Money Man's a really. I would love to interview him. I like Money Man a lot.
He talked a lot of real life sensible shit. He was basically saying like, listen, he said being a rapper is harder than being in the NBA. He said if you a rapper, it's only 10, 15 niggas that's popping at a time. He said think about how many rappers it is. It's millions of rappers. It's 10, 15 niggas popping at a time. And majority of them got a 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 year run or whatever like that. So you basically clamoring to try to climb and break into that top 15 slot to give some people attention. He's like, meanwhile, if you in the NFL, it's 1,000 niggas. If you in the NBA, it's 450 niggas. Like, you got a better chance of making the NBA or the NFL of being a rapper. And I'm like, damn, he's right. When you talk about really, really making it.
Like successful. And then the number of people who actually able to hold on to it and be able to like live a comfortable life until they, you know. And it's so wild because I talked about it before when I was talking about when the guy went to go deliver the bike to Tommy Lee. Yeah. And it's just like, this is Tommy Lee's house. Tommy Lee ain't put an album out in 25 years. It's like, this is Tommy Lee's house. And it's just like, why is it not like, why rappers be cool while they cool? Then when they not cool, all hell breaks loose. Yeah. And they doing any and every fucking thing.
It's like a big ass, like the whole rap game is like a big ass Ponzi scheme.
That's kind of how it be feeling.
The only people that are meant to benefit from it are the executives and the labels. Because even the attorneys for the artists be in on the flim flam. Because they are incentivized by the labels to keep bringing them artists. So even the best attorney, Theo Sotomayor, which is 50 Cent's attorney, the best attorney is still beholden to the label in some way because they're the bank.
Ice Cube straight left NWA, Jerry Heller a priority for fucking a bad deal just to turn around and have to destroy the offices at his new label. For a bad part. It's just it's just nuts. That's rap life.
Yeah.
You can't even do no fucking good business half the time. Cause you getting fucked around through your 360 and all your back. This shit, honestly, being a rapper seems fucking ridiculous.
It's exhausting. And even if you get paid, even if you make 100 million, like Lil Wayne, 150 million, 200 million, you still got raped because you should have made $1 billion.
Yeah.
There should be a fucking statue of Lil Wayne at every Universal Music Group wherever the fuck they headquarters at, because he kept the fucking lights on for the whole company.
Speak on it.
For a decade. And the fruits of his labor are still bearing fruit because of Nicki and Drake now. How does Wayne not have $1 billion? It's crazy.
It's nuts when you really think about it.
How does Jay-Z, the greatest of all time, only have $1 billion?
Debatable, but go ahead.
Only have, well, I'm talking about accomplishments.
Okay, yeah, no, definitely.
Only have $1 billion, and majority of it, 85% of it, came from outside of rap music.
When rap music is the driving force.
It's the driving force that created the opportunity for him to do the other shit.
Rap music is the driving force for life at this point.
It's pop culture. It's regular culture. Sony Music just signed a fucking deal with TikTok as a distributor to break records through TikTok. Who the top 10 creators on TikTok? All right, we want them to make a video to these songs right here. Hip hop is everything. And nobody gets their fair market value. Nobody.
None.
Drake worth $400 million right now, got $100 million house. He's still underpaid.
Yeah.
Still vastly underpaid.
Because if Drake was white and had a guitar, he'd already be a billionaire.
It would be nothing to talk about.
With that amount of success, those amount of streams, he'd already be a billionaire. Bruce Springsteen, all them, these motherfuckers is filthy rich.
Think about it, even just slide over, not even, like, let's not even go to country or rock and roll. Let's just slide over to like pop and R&B. Just take let's just take a step to the left. Mariah Carey. You know what Mariah Carey deals look like? Oh, you get 25 million signing bonus. When she went to Island Def Jam, 25 from Columbia, 25 million signing bonus, not recoupable. Meaning she don't got to pay that back. That's just for you. And then her splits is whatever the fuck she want them to be. Michael Jackson was getting $7 a record at one point, and he owned 50% of Sony ATV's publishing.
You know what I peeped the other day? You know, I was watching American Dream. You ever watch that?
Oh, a million times.
I don't know why it was on. You know they're Jehovah's Witness. Joe Jackson had them singing Christmas carols. Joe didn't give a fuck, man.
Nah, we gonna get this money.
We not leaving a bag on the table.
Yeah.
Had had Mike talking about, I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus. What was Santa in your house? I'm like, yo, Joe crazy. Joe crazy as shit. Like, dog. Joe didn't leave a bag on the table. Mike Jackson, the biggest, most entertaining motherfucker ever.
From
Janet,
5.
Janet, his little sister, she might be like number 6 on that list.
Yeah.
And she was down the hallway. You know what somebody threw at me the other day? I made me think about this shit in the DM. We actually had a funny conversation about this. She was like, I know you hate verses, right? Which is, you know, everybody knows that, universal. And she's like, let me ask you this. They could never do it, of course, because, you know, they're dead.
Right.
But if they did a verses, 20 songs, dark-skinned Mike Jackson versus white Mike Jackson, who do you think will win? I was like, white Mike Jackson.
Yeah.
And I think so with ease. She's like, are you serious? I'm like, yes, nigga. I'm like, so we started back and forth going at it. She was like, damn, you actually got a point. And I'm like, yo, real talk, like, Thriller's only 9 songs.
Yeah.
So if you take every song on Thriller, and 3 of them is kind of like throwaways for where the other 6 were at.
Yeah.
Off the Wall, Rock With You, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, and maybe like Girlfriend, and you know, it's a couple joints on it, but I'm like, after that, it's like, you gotta start going and pulling like Dancing Machine and shit like that from the Jackson 5. I'm like,
never see that coming.
never see that coming.
Dancing Machine.
But I'm like, White Mike got everything from Bad, Smooth Criminal, Man in the Mirror, Liberian Girl, Speed Demon, Dirty Diana, the song Bad, The Way You Make Me Feel. He got Jam, Remember the Time, Dangerous. He got Scream with Janet. He got You Rock My World, Butterflies, You Are Not Alone. They Don't Really Care About Us. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. White Mike might take Dark Mike into the deep waters. And she was like, yeah, damn, yo, you absolutely right. I'm like, dog, like, this is the thing. Thriller is the greatest album ever.
Yes.
Bad is just as good. The only thing Bad doesn't have is Thriller.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have the song Thriller. Like, Thriller sold 50 mil, Bad sold 28.
Yeah.
It's just as good of an album. And honestly, to me, has a deeper...
Yeah.
It goes deeper because of the songs like Man in the Mirror and Dirty Diana and all them type Jones. But I'm like, dog, I'm telling her.
Dirty Diana, my favorite Mike song of all time.
Dog, I'm like, he got Black and White. I'm like, White Mike got so much shit, it's not even fucking funny. So we started doing the songs or whatever, so that's how it got like funny. And she was like, what does he have for Rock With You? And I'm like, Remember the Time. And she was like, okay. What does he got for Beat It? I'm like, Smooth Criminal. And she was like, all right. What does he got for Human Nature? I'm like, Man in the Mirror. And she was like, damn. All right. What the joint he got with Paul McCartney? Say. I'm like, Scream with Janet. I'm like, dog, like, White Mike really got...
White
the
Mike
only thing he doesn't have is Thriller. That's it. So it's like Thriller would win just on the strip, but I'm like, all bases is covered. And then he got so many other joints. Like, so we just was going back and forth about it. It was a funny conversation, but I'm like, no, White Mike is... He's taking Dark Mike into the deep waters. I'm like, I don't care who gets offended. Like, I know we love Rock With You and the song Thriller and Billie Jean and shit, but I'm like, if you look
Billie
at Mike...
Jean is my second favorite Mike song.
You know what my favorite Mike song is, actually? Black and White. I don't know why. It just...
That was my shit. When I was a young
just
boy,
hits for some...
I watched that video 44 million times.
The video set it off. That was it. That video was like $19 million. Some crazy shit. But no, it's like when you look at Mike's #1 album, like the album all his #1s, everything on there from like after 1990.
That's crazy.
Because before that, his #1s were Thriller, Rock With You, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, Beat It, and Billie Jean.
Yeah.
All the other #1s is like after that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, when you talk about Dark, you're going to have to really play... You got to play Can You Feel It? You got to play We Are the World. Like, just all kinds of silly shit. But it was a good conversation.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you want to talk about some verses?
We have to talk about verses. Little switcheroo from the Versus crew.
It pains me that people have had enough of T.I.
They just tired of old.
They've had enough of Tip, man.
Sit this one out. You ever see the meme of Lisa Simpson at the computer?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to log out. That Swiss that's coming to get T.I.
Remember Will Ferrell to his son or Kicking and Screaming? Like, no, not right now. Go get some bench. like, can I go in the game? No, not right now. Go get some bench.
It's like on old school, he was like, it's like earmuffs.
Yeah.
So T.I. earmuffs, this nigga's out of here, okay? He's the fuck out of here.
Like, so yeah, they sat T.I. down, man, and it pains me because it's like, I wanted to see T.I. versus Jeezy.
T.I. and his Thesaurus app is probably having a field day at the Versus Atlanta office right now, and using all type of words Swiss and Timberland don't understand.
And just like y'all do, and this is again why I hate Versus, because people don't know what they be talking about or what they like. When it was T.I. versus Jeezy, and I came out and said, yo, I think T.I. wins this. I don't even think it's close. I think he wins like handily. And motherfuckers, a lot of them was like, oh, you tripping. Jeezy got the streets. Yeah, T.I. got them pop hits, but Jeezy got the streets. Jeezy had the streets on Smash.
There you going.
And they stopped it from T.I. and Jeezy and was like, it's going to be Jeezy and Gucci. Niggas like, wait a minute now.
Hear me out.
Gucci was locked up, so that's why it's just the shit done flipped. That fucking fast.
I mean, what hits do Gucci got? What hits?
It's niggas have gone to. I've seen people posting interviews like, y'all really think this nigga losing to Jeezy? I had to tell the one nigga yesterday. I'm like, you know they not gonna play 20 interviews in this battle, right? Like, you do know that niggas ain't posted Gucci's song yet. They just posting interviews and the diss track. That's it.
What I'll say about the switcheroo is this: Gucci, phenomenal executive. He gave us the Migos, he gave us Young Thug, he gave us Scooter, he gave us Pee Wee Longway. Who else? Waka.
Hey. OJ. Hey. That was my man back in the day.
Yeah, the whole
shout out Jules. That was our nigga.
Cult classic street record.
Jadakiss did a song with OJ the Juice Man.
For sure.
It was horrible. That's when everybody was just trying to hang on.
With all of that being said,
Jada ended up on the A Babe remix. He killed his verse, but there's no reason for him to be on there.
With all of that being said, if Gucci come out and he play First Day Out, Lemonade, all of that shit, I can see him losing 20-0.
Listen.
I love Gucci to death as a person.
I said the only way that Gucci wins this battle is if when Jeezy is up 11-0 and Gucci shoots him in the face. And they just cancel it and end the battle. It's the only. I do not understand the Gucci song.
There is no scenario where Gucci wins this shit.
They start the battle and Jeezy start with Trap or Die and Gucci just snuffing. That's it's the only way possible. It's the only way. I cannot see Gucci playing 20 tracks and them 20 tracks being better than the 20 tracks that Young Jeezy put.
You know,
it
Gucci
doesn't even make sense.
Here's the thing: you know, Gucci is playing 7 songs we've never heard before. You know he is. Yeah, this from my joint album with Young Dolph.
Pussy Talk remix. Just shit you never
this
even.
This the original version of Preach with Young before I gave it to Young Dolph. This is the original version with me on it.
I don't understand.
He's getting his ass handed to him.
But this is Versus.
Now, what I will say is this. The poppin' circumstance and all of the around it is more fun than with T.I. Because T.I. and Jeezy are friends. You know, they gonna keep it cordial. They gonna be respectful. They ain't gonna pop no shit and all that. These niggas are mortal enemies.
Right. It's Brandy and Monica on steroids.
Exactly. So for the negativity and us thriving off negativity as a populace, this is great. This is not a good matchup as far as like quality of music.
But this is why I can't stand it. Elton John versus Mario. Niggas like, oh man, well, Elton gonna play with Mario cut on that Just Friends though. It's like, what, man? Like, Elton John, the greatest songwriter ever, maybe behind Paul McCartney. I want to know your number and if I can come over and niggas like, man, what's he gonna play? What would he play? It's just, that's Versus.
Fucking Avant versus Paul McCartney.
Dog.
What Paul gonna play when Avant getting his Kiki Wyatt back?
Insane. That's really where this shit be at, man, for Versus. Chingy versus Beethoven. Just stupid shit. It'd be ridiculous. It'd be ridiculous. Gucci versus Jeezy gonna be a good music battle to y'all. Like, y'all are high.
Yeah. The only reason why this makes sense is because they hate each other.
That's it. That's the only thing.
the tone, they literally started their careers the same. The storyline is better.
Yeah.
The output is 20-0.
So let me tell you, you know how I started really fucking with Gucci? Was when Icy came out.
Yeah.
It was because of Jeezy. And I'm not a crazy
You know why
Jeezy
I like
fan.
Icy? The nigga singing on a hook.
I got so many rocks in
I was
my
like,
chain and my...
this singing is so bad, it's good.
Yeah, the singing was fucking hilarious. But Jeezy, and I always say Jeezy can't rap, but you know, he figured it out. We say that all the time. He figured out how to be intriguing, but the rap stinks.
He's gonna pummel Gucci.
In my hood, they call me Jeezy the Snowman. You get it? Get it? Jeezy the Snowman. I'm iced out. Plus, I got snow, man. The rap stinks. But I like this shit. But what's crazy is, as bad as that stunk, it didn't stink as bad as Gucci when he got on the joint.
Yo, before I fell in love with Jeezy's music and shit, after I heard 101, I was like, and the Boys in the Hood album, I'm like, this is great. This is phenomenal. What the fuck is he gonna do for the next album? Like, is the number gonna go down?
Dog.
Like, what are we gonna talk about on the next album? But he pulled that shit off, and he strung a career
He
together.
said it on Hustling. I'm still talking white shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he figured it the fuck out. But that's the ad lib and the persona and the, like, you know, it's fucked up. But like that shit, you like Biggie is one of, if not to me, the best rapper ever.
Yes.
But the thing that makes Biggie so fucking good is the voice and the cadence.
Yes.
That shit matters a lot. Today's agenda. I got the suitcase. I've been to Central. It feels like a fucking narrator from a movie talking to you.
It's like Marlon Brando.
So Jeezy's raps ain't great, but when Jeezy says, you know, if it's taking too long to lock up, bring it back. Like, he figured that shit out.
Yeah.
Imagine me. Man, if it take too long to lock up, that shit ain't gonna work. What Kevin Hart say?
I'm like, yeah, we're gonna delete that part.
Yeah.
Which part? The whole part. All of that shit.
Kevin Hart said, pew, pew, did the nigga say? Pew, pew on a rap. Like, yeah, like, no, that voice shit matter. The thing with Snoop can rap and got an amazing flow, but that voice is so distinctive to what the fuck he's doing and saying that you feel it. You have to like this shit. So yeah, no, Jeezy figured it the fuck out. But Jeezy, what he did was figure out how to actually make really good music.
Absolutely.
It's not better than T.I.'s music. T.I. is the best rapper from Atlanta, to me, outside of maybe 3,000.
I was gonna say,
and I'm
Andre.
being nice. Because I keep it a buck with you. The one day me and Rob would go at this. Me and Rob was damn near ready to rumble run there. I swear, I was going to hang this little nigga over the balcony like Vanilla Ice. The thing with Andre 3000 for me is he never did a solo joint. Yeah. And I always wanted him.
He just don't have enough material.
I ain't even going that he don't got enough material. I just think he didn't want to. You know what I'm saying? But when you hear him do shit like, what's the joint with Sleepy Brown? Leather in the summer, silk in the winter. This is such an art. Where do I begin? I used to sing tenor in the church choir. Really, I was flexing. But that, what the fuck? I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah.
You hear that, or you hear him on Drake John on Take Care. Now the both of what's it called? The Real Her.
Yeah, The Real Her.
Drake can rap his ass off, but I never got a full album where it was him doing multiple cuts about.
Yeah.
So that was my only thing. Big Boy's a great rapper. He can rap his ass off too, but he ain't Dre. Yeah. And it's like Dre never did a solo project. So it's just like for me, when I look at the Atlanta scene, T.I. when he the king of the fucking South for a reason. It's like, yeah, he was the best, biggest nigga from ATL and was fucking it up. It's either him or Luda. And then, then comes I don't put Dre in that category with them. I just don't. Dre's over there.
It's a different generation.
Different time. But Dre's over there. Southern Player, Catalytic Music, and all ATLians, that shit's something else.
Yeah.
It's T.I. and Luda. Then it's Jeezy.
And Future.
Then it's Future. Then it's like...
I got Future ahead of Jeezy.
I don't.
Future got the fucking most #1 albums other than Drake.
I don't look at Future like a rapper. Do that make sense?
Well, Jeezy...
But Jeezy, it's hard to explain. Like, Future to me is like a singer rapper.
Okay.
Do that make any sense?
That makes sense.
But like,
I just like Future's trap talk is elite. That nigga like
Jeezy's isn't?
No, it is.
Oh.
But I'm just saying. But I don't think Future gets the credit he
deserves
definitely
doesn't
for his trap talk and his street shit because it's not pieced together like
think
Jeezy. It's like one-liners.
I think Future shit is more of like a pop culture thing behind it too.
That's true.
Like when he said, I just fucked the bitch in some Gucci flip-flops, the flip-flops were out. They were sold out.
Yeah.
They just, you know what I'm saying?
He's
It's like
the king of one-liners.
It's like the shit like that, right? Where Jeezy is just raw and brash ghetto rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think Jeezy encapsulated the trap in the streets better than anybody in 101. Like between the Trapper Die mixtape and 101, it's hard.
T.I. did a very good job
He
in
did
trap
an
music.
excellent job of kind of introducing the concept. I think Jeezy perfected it between what he did on that Boys in the Hood album, Trapper Die mixtape, and then culminating in 101. I think that run of projects encapsulates the turnover of the rap game into the trap shit better than anybody.
Like I was telling my homie,
But T.I. set the blueprint.
because my homie was like, yeah, but T.I. always been like a pop nigga. And I'm like, nah. I'm
he
like,
wasn't.
honestly, what happened is sometimes it just be like that. Your hardcore records turn pop. Like Pac made Hit 'Em Up. That nigga was violent as fuck on that joint, and it became a pop phenomenon. So it's like T.I., when you look at like trap music,
and shit, even like what's his biggest song, What You Know,
he's talking trap shit.
Yeah, that's not supposed to go number one, but it did. But it was a groundswell of all these different things that pushed that
Like
record
when you look at
up.
like Rubber Band Man, that turned into be the MTV single from trap music.
Yeah.
And on that song, he literally says, "Why in rubber bands is representing the struggle, man. My folks is trapping till they come up with another plan, stack a couple grand to get themselves off their mama land." Like he's talking straight up shit, and this shit just wound up blowing. Now, granted, he had a Jazzy Fizzle product shizzle in Let's Get Away, but that's my shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, every now and then this shit happen. But when I saw they changed his battle around the Gucci Jeezy, I'm just like, I get the whole violence aspect of it, but
Yeah, they're going for viewership, not what's the better.
did you see somebody was like, Jeezy homie that got killed looking to see him doing the battle? Like, that face, like, dog. So that's my whole joint. Like, hey, are we gonna get a Sean Garrett and Dream, where it's like, you bitch ass nigga? Are they gonna be in the same room? I don't see that.
Separated by bulletproof glass, if they are.
So it's weird.
Yeah.
Me personally,
The way I put it last night on Twitter, I said, listen, Jeezy and T.I. was something that I probably would have watched if I got a minute. I'm not missing these niggas because I want to see whatever goes down. I need to be there live. And I don't believe it's gonna happen until I see them niggas both sign on to the feed or the same room separated by their Israeli guard or whatever the fuck they gonna do. I don't even believe it's going down till I see them cut the damn verses on.
that's the only part about the lockdown that I don't know if I necessarily want is more verses.
You know, you about to get 7 verses
About
a
to get
week,
9,
nigga.
but yeah.
You about to get 9 verses a week, nigga.
You look up and you see fucking Lil Kim versus Monifa. You just like, how the fuck, man, did we get here? You know what I'm saying? Just nonsense. and that's where I just be like, I don't know. I don't know if I want any more of this.
I mean, I tell you this, Gucci gonna get pummeled, but it's must see TV nonetheless. Because the commentary in between the songs is going to be golden.
yeah, it should be pretty good.
Yeah, that was cool, pussy. I'm going to get into this next song. It's going to be great.
That was cool, pussy.
I'm going to get into this next song. This for me and Waka album.
Yo. What's up with Waka? Is he still doing music?
Not really. Waka's like huge in that EDM world. And he's basically, when you catch Waka, the handful of times he do talk, like Waka's basically saying the shit that we be saying, which is like rap culture is nonsense, is bullshit. Like, this is stupid. Like, he just a whole new person.
Waka forever the funniest for thinking that the fucking sign language bitch was dancing.
Oh my.
That was the greatest shit ever, dog. Greatest concert moment ever. Real quick.
Blocker.
No white jeans formed against me shall prosper.
Oh my God.
This nigga has been on a rampage against white jeans on the timeline. White jeans are strange. They are very bizarre. I've never owned a pair.
It's just something about a nigga in white jeans that let me know he got a pack of incense in the car. Like, it's just certain cues.
I told my barber Les
I get.
always, whenever he sees somebody in white jeans, he'll ask, "Oh, yo, you going to Penn's Landing?" Because I don't know why, but if you put on white jeans, you're going down to Penn's Landing.
have to go.
You have to be going to Penn's Landing.
To go.
So it made us start talking. In your opinion, I don't know if you put much thought to this. What is the worst fashion trend you've ever seen from the city? I know mine's.
Leather on everything is
Me.
like the leather sleeves,
Oh,
the leather joggers, the leather sweatshirt, the leather hat, like leather on everything is by far like niggas went full Eddie Murphy for 14 months, and it was, and I'm guilty of it too. It was terrible.
niggas definitely did go full Eddie Murphy.
Niggas went full Eddie
You ain't
Murphy,
lying.
dog. I had a picture, right? I was at this party. We had a party at 3rd and Market at the old Bluesette. It was called Privé. I had on a red, Tay Modish made me this sweatshirt. It was a red sweatshirt with black leather sleeves. And I had on black coated canvas cargos. These pants was heavy as shit.
Hey, you went full Thriller.
Yo, went all the way. These pants was heavy as shit, dog. Eventually, the button, they were so heavy, the button broke. It couldn't support holding the pants up no more.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
how heavy they was.
Leather on shit was horrible.
Like, imagine taking some cargo pants that are already heavy as shit and dipping them in tar.
Like-
That was literally
Like
what it was. In fudge sauce, like you just took them right to the melting pot. And
them heavy duty cargos and shit.
By far, that's my most horrible fashion memory.
I just want to start off by saying I absolutely hated this. I never took part in this, and I could not understand why it was going on. The most ridiculous time period that we had here in Philadelphia, to me. Do you remember when niggas was wearing T-shirts like buns?
Yes.
I absolutely hated that. I couldn't understand why it was happening. Niggas was wearing T-shirts on their head, and they was wrapping the back of the T-shirt up like a bun.
I don't know who caused that.
It was like music.
It was music.
Yeah.
Niggas was in their Soul Child bag.
Niggas they neo soul jump. Stone cold gangsters walking around talking. Like niggas was walking around with that. I couldn't understand why it was happening. I had friends that were taking part in it.
Yeah, the paper towel headbands was terrible too. It was one summer.
We were children though.
Yeah, but it was one summer of Parkside games. The whole Parkside.
Oh, I can believe it.
Paper towel bandana.
As you come in, you get your bounty. Everybody get 2 pieces of bounty as you come in. The paper towel headband shit was. Kissa has that shit on his album cover. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bandana made of a napkin.
What else was bad?
The T-shirt headband. I mean, the T-shirt bun shit was
pretty
strange
bad.
as fuck. You were talking about the denim, the button up with the big denim with that was funny as shit.
I was working at Total Sport, man, in Cherry Hill. I was the manager at Total Sport in Cherry Hill. That shit was all the way down the end by the food court. So we in the super cut. It's us, the Sprint store, and Champs. That's the only thing back there in the fucking food court. We went from literally overnight from having all jerseys and sweatsuits to 9 rows of $40 button ups.
The button up era.
Big ass stripe joint, they was terrible.
What made the button-up era so bad was not even the fact that the button-ups were gigantic. What made the button-up era so bad is that the button-ups did a lot of shit that they didn't need to do. French why the cuffs that big on a street button-up?
You gotta get the Jones with the cuff links.
Yo! Real shit. Why does your button-up have jersey numbers on the back of it? This shit made no sense.
Like, is that Dennis Rodman?
My man had a fucking Ron Artest button-up. My man had a fucking Rockaware button-up. It was a button-up with a collar. It said Rocka RW Wear with a big-ass 99 on the back. I'm like, what is happening? Why is this shirt doing that
Worst
much?
of all worlds.
Yo. That big button-up shit was a pretty awful.
Then when niggas got into the military button-ups, the Jones with the lapels, with the buttons on the shoulder.
Oh, my God. Yo.
Nigga.
Why do I got a picture where I have one of them. Like the soldier.
Yes. Yes, man. Listen, I had a joint, right, that was so tricky, right? This when the clothes started to get smaller. This is at the tail end of the button-up shit. I had a button-up, right? The convertible joint that you could pin. Yes! You could pin it at the elbow.
Shut the fuck up. The convertible. Give me a second to catch
With
that.
the forearm. Now I got the forearm out.
The convertible.
My sleeve
definitely
is
used to latch.
secure. It latched in. Hold on. Let me motherfucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yo. Top down chrome spinning joint. I remember that shit.
Wham. Flip that joint 3 times.
Yo.
Button it, lock it in.
Yo.
There, it ain't going nowhere.
Yo. The military button-ups, though. I'll never forget this
2
shit.
pockets on the chest and the shoulder lapel.
Jay and Shiz was having a party. Jay had like got part of a club up fucking like Rising Sun or some shit like that.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of it. It was
Club Miami?
It might have been Club Miami.
On Rising Sun.
On Rising Sun.
It's like a CVS right there.
Yes.
Club
yes.
Miami.
yes. Okay. Jay,
I've never been in there one time.
they had a party there, and I will never forget this because you know how like the parties be like hosted by like somebody, and the person hosting the party is never Denzel Washington or Chris Brown. It's always like a C or D celebrity.
Yeah.
So this night the party was hosted by Javon Curse.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hosted by the super freak, Javon Curse.
But I don't know what came over me. I was like, man, I'm putting on that shit. Freak gonna be in there. We party tonight, nigga.
Freak gonna be in there.
And I don't know why, but I was like, I had the military button up and I never wore it. It was black and purple. And I was like, yeah, I'm wearing that junk. And I put it on and, you know, whatever. We got up in there and I never forget my homie was like, damn, you got a lot of medals, man. What's because it had little fucking little Medal of Valor over here, little shit over here. Little Purple Heart over here. I saved 3 bitches in Guadalcanal over here. Dog. Yo, the military button-ups was a fucking crazy little time period, man. But you absolutely right. The convertible sleeves on the button-ups was
Took it to the next level. They didn't see that coming.
They did not see that coming.
I got a button-up one time, right? You know how like back in the day they had the ruffle shirts, like the prom shirts, the tuxedo joint with the ruffles? I got a joint from Express that was white with black pinstripes with like some small ruffles on the front.
Yo, I remember we went to Miami, and one of my homies, he always had a little Craig David in him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I
got a picture I gotta show you. I went full Craig David. I know Rick, you listen, I know you got the picture. Don't post that picture. Send it to me.
You know how you just got that David, one homie that's like real, trying to think of the proper term.
You need to fill me in.
Like just real not metrosexual. That's not even the right term. But like, cause they wear street urban fashion. Yeah. But then for some reason on like the nights it's time to like go out, it just goes. You know what I'm saying? It goes full neo soul.
Like more like I don't want to say preppy because that's like,
not preppy.
Yeah.
But just real.
I know what you're getting at.
Real dwelle. If that is right. You know what I'm saying? And my one homie,
the jeans is big, but the shirt is small.
Right,
like that's right.
And I'm like, when? It's crazy because I'm always around you. Like, when did you even have time to buy a seashell necklace? You know what I'm saying? shit like that. It's just like, where did you get that joint? You know what I'm saying? I'm serious, dog.
When did you buy 4 Cairo shell necklaces, bro?
We went out this particular night and he went full. He had on a seashell necklace and the shirt he had on, like, you ever see when like chicks wear the corsets?
Yes.
And they gotta tie it in the back. Well, it was like a mini corset on the front.
On the chest.
It was like a chest corset.
So you had a hockey button up.
Right. Like gin and juice. Exactly.
Yeah. It's like the hockey hoodie and the button up had a baby, and that was the hockey button up.
So he had his cleavage out and a seashell necklace on, and these like leather bracelets. And I was like, when the fuck?
Got them Jones at a Dune Day.
When did you buy all this shit?
A Dune Day 99, brother.
Like,
I've been had these.
Like, dog, I went to the African Educational Conference. Like, dog, he had like 4 or 5 leather bracelets. I was just like, when did you get all of this shit, man? I never seen none of this in my life. And he was one of them boys. He just always could go full. What's one of them artists from over there?
One of them artists from over there.
You know how they dress, like rough ends. You know what I'm saying? Like he go full rough ends for the evening. But yeah, that you definitely right. It was a hockey shirt in the front. Yeah, it was awful.
That's nasty.
It was bad.
That's pretty nasty.
Let's knock out some of these other joints. Oh, Chris Brown's on OnlyFans.
I'm just tired of celebrities being on OnlyFans.
I don't understand it.
You made a great astute point the other day. You said, "Yo, is Jay, Drake, and Wayne the only people and Nicki the only people that didn't fuck their money up?"
Jay-Z, Drake, Lil Wayne, and Nicki seem to be the only ones that can just go sit down during the fucking.
Everybody else is doing scrambling shit.
Drake is literally just doing his normal shit in the house. Throw a little video out.
Right.
Wayne's podcasting and buying new cars. Nicki had a baby, and Jay-Z's off doing what the fuck Jay-Z do. They're the only ones that are just like chilling.
I just don't understand that as an A-lister. Like I could see for Amber Rose and all of them, like a little past your prime, you had a couple kids, bought some rappers, like, get your money. You know what I'm saying? But it's like as an A-lister, why do you want to be on a platform that's claimed to fame as amateur porn? Why do you want to be like, I figured it out. OnlyFans. And it's just like, fire whoever brought that idea to you, brother.
Apparently Tyga's on there.
Tyga's on there doing full-scale porn, apparently.
Like with bitches?
Yes. Yeah, Tyga's going all out.
Oh, I can understand why.
Yeah, but for Tyga, it's like, it's Tyga. We don't take Tyga seriously.
Yeah.
Tyga didn't put out Loyal. You know what I'm saying? Tyga put out do.
Yeah.
We don't take Tyga serious.
Do you know who wrote Loyal?
Ty Dolla $ign.
Ty Dolla $ign. Yeah.
Yeah, Ty Dolla $ign's the GOAT. Ty Dolla $ign will smoke anybody in the verses. I'm going that far.
With his own tracks?
But you can play shit you wrote, produced.
Well, yeah.
Smoke anybody.
He not beating Breezy. Breezy just got too many songs.
Wrote Loyal.
Yeah, but he can't play Loyal. So, you know
That's not Ken.
Nah. Gotta play the shit you put out. Breezy put out Loyal, so.
Jonte Austin played Don't.
Yeah, but Jonte Austin, they're not putting out. Jonte Austin's not a singer. He's a writer. That was a writer battle. In a writer battle, yeah, he could play Loyal. But not in a singer battle. Like, you gotta play the shit you want.
I think Chris Brown the only one that could compete with Ty.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Chris Brown got 9,000 songs.
Well, Usher, too, but that wouldn't, you know what I'm saying.
Usher's last gen.
Last what?
Last generation.
Yeah. Like fucking Ty Dolla isn't gonna battle fucking
Ty Dolla versus Frankie Lyman.
Yeah, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, nothing like that. But you know, no, I think Chris Brown would win that. Probably not handily, but he would definitely win. Oh, fuck that OnlyFans shit. NBA. It's fucking cracking.
NBA bike, and they is going for the gusto.
James Harden is really trying to get on the Nets.
Yeah. TRPE exclusive. We were told that James Harden to the Nets was like a little hang up because of who Houston wanted in return. Basically, if the Sixers make
Ben
available, it's a done deal. James will be here in the morning. Like, it'll be over. He here. But
coming here would be absolutely horrible. But
but now they're saying that Kyrie might have gotten himself included in a trade, and it might be a 3-way sending. Because he is not, they saying he not happy about James potentially coming there.
I mean,
like,
I couldn't.
Nigga, I'll play point guard.
Yeah.
What do you mean? So they basically say like it might end up being a 3-way where Kyrie go elsewhere, James come to Brooklyn, and then they swap some assets to go back to Houston, some draft picks.
This is the reality of it. And I can always tell people just don't really like understand it. At the end,
understand anything.
At the end of the day, it's going to be one basketball on the court. So when y'all see that Russell Westbrook is going to play with Harden and they're going to play with, Shaquille O'Neal and Jordan, it's like, this isn't a good idea because it's only going to be one basketball on the court.
Yeah.
We've seen it happen now with Russell Westbrook and Harden where y'all was like, oh, this is it. This is the ticket. And then you realize somebody's going to have to take a back seat.
To our credit, we knew from the beginning, this is a terrible idea.
Perfect example. LeBron James gets Anthony Davis. LeBron James plays point guard and leads the league in assists.
Yeah.
And Anthony Davis leads the team in scoring.
You see how that works?
You see how that goes? It's like you have to play with each other.
Yeah.
Case in point, Shaquille O'Neal leads the league in scoring, leads the playoffs in scoring, leads the playoffs in rebounding. Kobe Bryant takes a backseat. Shaquille O'Neal gets 3 finals MVPs. Shaquille O'Neal leaves. Kobe leads the league in scoring, leads the playoff in scoring, has 16 30-point games in the playoff drive. Wins a championship and gets a finals MVP. You can't do it at the same time. It doesn't work like that. So when y'all see these teams load up on these scorers and these ball handlers, it's like it's one basketball on the court. And if you're not willing to change your game and do something different, there were literal plays where when Harden and Westbrook, whoever had the ball and was doing what they wanted to do in isolation, the other one just wasn't even playing.
Yeah. James Harden has basically shown us I'm playing point guard. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. I don't care that I'm 6'7". I'm playing point guard.
No, and I'm drawing dumbass fouls. Holla back.
And I'm playing the choppiest style of point guard in history. Despite the fact that his best season in Houston was, I think, his second year there. He averaged 29, 11 assists, and like 7 rebounds or something like that in the D'Antoni system. I'm like, he looked phenomenal. And then he just went off on a dumbass tangent with this fucking getting fouled shit. And now he's just horrible.
The other day on NBA TV, it's funny, we was at my job and they were playing like all of the recent big scoring games. Yeah. They played Devin Booker 70. They played Klay Thompson 70. They played LeBron 66 or whatever it was against the Bucks. And they played another one. I think they played Westbrook's triple-double John when he hit the shot against the Nuggets. And Bahobi, he like a vicious Harden fan. He's like, what the fuck now? Why they don't play now? Harden got match these point games. And my other one was like, because don't nobody want to watch this nigga shoot foul shots for 3 hours. And it's like, yeah, Harden has 64, 51 came at the foul line. I was like, nobody want to watch that shit, man. But if he comes here, to me, that's just a horrible, for what?
Yeah.
Like, for what? You know what I'm saying? So he can, like, drive to Atlanta now on Ruggs weekend and he don't got to fly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
like if I take the train, it's more efficient.
Because they be on my dick in the airport. Oh, wait, James, where you going? like, nah, I can just hop in the Spirit.
Atlanta again, James?
Like real shit. Him here with Meek, that's... No,
Lil Baby would move here. No, it'd be the Sixers arena be 4PF stadium if James come to the Sixers. Pour live from the 4PF arena.
Not even at the basketball is just going to be terrible. You know what I mean? This is not a good look. I will say this: I might be the only one who's not really overly excited about the Dennis Schroeder shit to LA. A lot of Laker fans I saw seem to be really.
I like it.
I'm not crazy about it. I'd rather have Rondo. As me personally, I understand Rondo's getting older, but I thought Rondo played very well this past year.
But the problem with Rondo is he don't play till March.
But that's when we need you.
So it's like, you got to give like they starting the season early as shit. You got to give LeBron some form of relief. You bringing in a 27-year-old point guard, average 19 coming off the bench, efficient scorer, distribute the ball, all of that shit. He a little undersized defensively, but his defensive metrics look good.
And that's the thing. The Lakers are top 5, sometimes number 1 in defense. Yeah. So you have to keep that. And it's like they might lose Avery Bradley too.
He just opted out. He was owed $5 million. He's definitely opted out.
So it's like, yes, do we want Danny Green going? Yes. I want Kuzma going, honestly. But you have to be able to hold on to that defensive integrity. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So what if...
Because Caldwell Pope might be out of there too.
What if they're able to get DeMar and all it costs you is Kuz and Avery Bradley?
But the thing is, DeMar DeRozan, and me and Rob had extensive talks about this. DeMar DeRozan is such a liability at times on defense to where it's like, if you really watch their games, there were games where like they would be on like comebacks. They would straight take DeMar DeRozan out.
Right.
So it's just like, I don't know. Like people, especially in sports, have a one-track mind. How many points you score? Oh, he's good.
Yeah.
And in reality, it's like, yo, if you could put together a very, very LeBron gonna be LeBron, AD gonna be AD.
Yeah,
we good for 60 and fucking 14 over there with them two, but we gotta. That's how they won a championship. That defense was pretty good. They had very great perimeter defense.
Yeah.
The perimeter defense was excellent.
I think they're gonna play a different style of basketball from the way it's shaping up, because you ain't playing great perimeter defense with Dennis Schroeder playing 30 minutes a game.
See what I'm saying?
So they're going to have to play. I think they're going to try to race the 140.
I honestly was kind of okay with the whole not getting Chris Paul thing.
Yeah.
You saw the deal is done. He's going to the Suns.
Oh, it's done?
It literally happened when we was coming in.
Oh, shit.
Like, he's getting
So
traded.
now Devin Booker has a real point guard, finally. What did they give up to get him?
I could tell you. Hold on. Do you know T?
Oubre, Rubio, and a first rounder.
I can't hear you.
Oubre, Rubio, and a first rounder.
Oubre, and who?
Kelly Oubre.
Yeah.
Rubio, and a first rounder.
I thought you said Oubre and Rubio. I was like, who the fuck is
What law
Rubio?
firm is they from?
Rubio, and I know them, Joe. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Kelly Oubre, who I don't like, Ricky Rubio, and a first round. That's not bad. Chris Paul is 70, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get 2 years with Devin Booker try to make a run.
I'm trying to think for the
And they got the
OKCs.
young boy, DeAndre.
Yeah, I mean, shit, you get to add Kelly Oubre to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and all them young boys on OKC. That's a good young team.
OKC's blowing it up.
Yeah. What are they going to... I mean, they're going to keep Oubre, though.
Yeah, but
keep
no,
Oubre
I'm
and
just
Shea.
saying. If Schroeder's
Yeah.
going, Chris Paul is going there.
Yeah.
And OKC got
Steven Adams is next. You out of here, bro.
Somebody posted a joint right when the deal went down. OKC counting all their picks, and it was the little baby joint. Counting the money.
They got like 17 first-round picks the next 3-4 years or something.
So, my early projection is we're looking at I think it's going to be the Nets and the Lakers in the finals.
Yeah. I mean, I said it before. I said it on the show. As constituted as they are now, even with Kyrie being a massive dickhead, whatever little locker room bullshit he got going on with Dinwiddie and all that, who actually recruited him to the team, but now they got beef. Whatever, besides all of that, I think they sleepwalk to the finals. As long as KD is 80-85% healthy, they sleepwalk to the finals in the East, because nobody in the East is better than KD. So
Scooter Braun, I just got to say this. Scooter Braun has sold the master rights to Taylor Swift's first 6 albums. The buyer, an investment fund, is yet to be disclosed, but the deal is to believe to be worth $300 million. Damn.
yeah. That's only 6 albums.
Only the first 6.
Michael Jackson's estate sold his 50% of Sony ATV, which was everybody's shit, for $880 million. He just got $300 for 6 albums of just Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
If you in the music game and that don't tell you that intellectual property and ownership is everything, that's the craziest shit I ever heard in my life. That's 50 M's an album.
$50 million an album, just for the rights.
Keep in mind, those albums' earning potential have seen their better days. So whatever the fuck he's earned off them already, and then now you get to cash in for $300. Oh yeah, y'all can do whatever. Y'all put this shit all type of movies. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm going to Malibu.
State Property 4, nigga, gonna be Taylor Swift songs on the soundtrack.
Holy
Like,
shit.
real shit. Damn, that show you just how much money there really is in this music shit, man. We might have to start rapping on the side.
We're gonna have to start doing something, man. Cause they just giving bread away. And I was having this conversation on Twitter earlier. I'm gonna say this: if y'all think that like it's okay to offer an artist $20,000, like you thinking in terms of being a 34, 35-year-old, you're not looking in terms of like I'm 20. I got 30 niggas that's in my mom's house every day. Not to mention my mama kids, my mom herself, my little sister, this and this.
Lil bro and them, can't forget Lil bro and
I
them.
can't take, by the time I get an apartment for 2 stacks a month, pay first, last security, and get fresh, I gotta go back to the block and sell drugs in front of my mom's house. You have to put these kids in a financial position to change their lives so that they don't return back to the environments from whence they came and get their brains blown out in front of their grandma's house. So anything short of If you're gonna give a motherfucker $20,000, all right, cool. I'm gonna give you $20,000 for you, but I'm gonna give you $5,000 a month living expenses so that you can go and live in New York or live in Atlanta, whatever. Record your music, be away from the nonsense. That's a different conversation. But y'all on Twitter telling me
put the music out and hopefully you can make it to go back and get your folks.
Exactly. Y'all telling me it's cool, 20,000 is cool. Y'all are dickheads. Like, and I love y'all. Some of y'all. Y'all are dickheads.
50 came from his shit, and Dre was like, "Look, I'm gonna give you $1 million."
Yeah. And $1 million watch.
And it was 750, whatever the fuck. Well, yeah. Like, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? 20,000 to sign us. I wouldn't sign 20,000 for this.
Fuck no.
Are you crazy? Like, fuck no. Not in a heartbeat.
People are walking in off the streets with no music out getting multi-millions. ASAP Rocky walked in RCA off the streets with a 5-star attorney and got $3 million. He got 1.5 for himself and 1.5 for Lil Bro and them for the label. Like, with nothing out in the marketplace. No. Just a Drake cosign.
Just a perm and a Drake.
A perm and a Drake cosign.
And a Drake cosign.
$3 million. You know what I'm saying? So y'all are dickheads, but I love y'all. It's Rhodes Podcast episode 127, man. Appreciate y'all listening. Shout out to all of our listenership on all of the podcast platforms. Shout out to our viewership on YouTube and on NGTV. If y'all have Roku TV, make sure y'all go and add NGTV to y'all listen channel so y'all can watch us on your television at home. Shout out to our sponsor today, Wondery, for presenting Jacked, Rise of the New Jack. Y'all can check that out today at wondery.fm/Jacked_realist. That's REALEST. Listen today at wondery.fm/Jacked_REALEST. We love y'all. Thank you for listening. See you next week.
Holla back.
Peace.